and welcome to the Lost Archives. My name's Owen, and I'm the Dungeon Master of this ragtag group of heroes and adventurers.
Hi everybody, I'm Claire. I'm playing Mira, who's a Dragonborn Sorcerer, half red dragon, half silver dragon. Originally was a bit of a politician, and now has joined the adventuring life, probably to a greater extent than she ever expected.
Hi everyone, I'm Michael. I'm playing Lockie, a Warforged Artificer. Originally was part of a flying castle, but I've since left and resumed an adventure with my now friends.
Cool. Hey guys, I'm Jared, and I play the character of Jin. He is a level 6 Law Bard and a level 2 Hexblade Warlock. I'm currently an associate and ally of the Tempest Guild, and I'm helping them in their goal of stopping the Queen of Dragons, Tiamat.
Hello, I'm Ali, and I'm playing Shana, the Yuan-Ti Sorcerer, who is traveling with the Tempest Adventuring Guild, trying to find the other half of her soul, who is hiding somewhere away, far from reach.
Hi guys, I'm Matt, playing Yervith, the sneaky Wood Elf Ranger and Rogue, who, after a tragic incident in the jungle with his previous expedition, has now joined up with this lovely ragtag group of adventurers and is looking to see what happens next.
Hello. Welcome to a chaotic beginning of the Lost Archives. My name's Owen, and I forgot that we were starting. I'd played the intro video, and we got really into a discussion about Yervith's cool cloak. Welcome, everybody. Thank you for coming and joining us again for our Tyranny of Dragons campaign. It's lovely to see you all here. We're very, very excited to get started. I'll quickly get the intro stuff out of the way. So Jared won't be joining us tonight. Unfortunately, he's got something else on, so he won't be here for tonight's session. He may jump on at the very end. I'm not sure yet. We'll have to wait and see. But I think probably at this stage it's looking like he won't be here tonight. So you won't hear Jared's voice. I will play the character of Jin for this session. I've got his character sheet open. So yeah, I'll take over Jared's character for tonight's session, and I'll try not to get him killed. I'll try my best, but sometimes shit happens, man. So no, I will
if it's going to be any session, it's going to be this one because
it's not that bad. True. It's pretty good. All right, it's not great. But yeah, so I might. We're in the battle music. I left the battle music running, but that's okay. Maybe that's appropriate because we're jumping straight back in right in the middle of combat. Before we do. Our guest character, Raph, is still here joining us tonight. Thank you so much for coming along and playing Shivers. And Raph, on a scale of 1 to frothing at the mouth, how ready are you for Curse of Strahd next Monday?
I think frothing at the mouth would be the correct answer to that one.
He sounds calm, but inside, it's a tempest.
Yeah, it's always a tempest inside. I'm like chill guy on the outside and just, yeah.
Raging storm of darkness. I'm a member of My Chemical Romance on the inside.
That's right.
We are indeed. Curse of Strahd is live next Monday, 7 p.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time. Probably more like 6:45, 7, depending on how we get things running. This first session is a session 0. It is a new style of session 0 that I have come up with. I have never tried it before. I have no idea how well it's going to work. I'm a little bit nervous. I'm hoping it goes really well. If there are those of you listening and you go to try and find session 0 of Curse of Strahd and you can't find it in the podcast or on YouTube, maybe it didn't go so well and I haven't posted it. I'm not so sure. But yeah, so we're going to be starting off with a session 0. Session 0, for those of you who might not be familiar with what that is for D&D and for tabletop RPGs, it's normally a chance for you to come together, go through the world, go through the homebrew rules that you might be running, and I will go through all the homebrew rules that I'll be running as part of Curse of Strahd. It gives the characters a chance to be developed as a group. But one of the things I find about it is it's very out of the game. It's not a very role-play heavy moment. It's a very, here, this is XYZ, like these are the rules. I wanted to try and introduce session 0 with roleplay from the very beginning. So we're going to see how that goes. I've come up with a job interview style of running a session 0. I'm really looking forward to seeing how it goes. If this works really well, I will be doing this for all of my campaigns, for everything, because it sounds like a lot of fun to do a roleplay style session 0. But for those of you who, if it's not posted or if you don't feel like listening to the backstory and stuff like that, don't worry too much, because session 1 will be self-contained. The first episode will be self-contained to then run the rest of the campaign from there. So you won't miss a huge amount of information in session 0. More, it's just a chance for you to get to know the characters a little bit and sort of see the process of creating a character as part of a collaborative team. So that's what the session 0 for Curse of Strahd is going to be like. And if it works really, really well, I'll definitely be doing it for Storm King's Thunder as well, because I can absolutely use the exact same scenario for Storm King's Thunder with no hassle at all. It works for every single campaign.
I don't know, we're definitely not into roleplay.
You guys aren't into
definitely.
roleplay?
No.
Yeah, okay.
So
All right. Yeah, okay. In that case then, let's just use some spreadsheets and you guys just type in numbers on a spreadsheet.
Yeah,
and just do it that way.
Absolutely. Yeah. That's how I like to play.
Fuck you, that's not how it goes. I'm God. You're doing roleplay. In all seriousness though, I'm very excited to try it out. If you like this, so obviously next week you'll be seeing this. If you check it out and you like the session 0, let me know. I'm happy to post up a template of what I've come up with on the Lost Archives wiki for other people to use. I am also going to be, as we go, posting the changes that I've made to Curse of Strahd as well for other people who might be interested. Obviously, I've not posted them yet because players can access the wiki. And while I trust these guys not to metagame, Raph likes to look at things. He really likes to prepare for D&D. He's broken my cardinal rule for Curse of Strahd already and started to develop a backstory, which I absolutely forbid. I was like, no backstory. And Raph's like calls me up with the nose like, hey, I just had this idea. And I was like, no, bad Raph.
It's all loosey-goosey, you know.
Bad Raph. You might have noticed on your character sheet, all of your stuff's been deleted. All of the starting gear you'd chosen. That's right. I went through it. All of them except for one person had even picked starting gear. And I was like, nope, that's gone. I've deleted it all.
Wow.
Yep.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Exciting.
Yep. So we're going to do it as part of session 0. Trust the process. Trust it. Maybe. We'll see how it goes. Maybe it's shit and it doesn't work. We'll see.
Let's do it live.
Let's do it live. That's all of the fun announcements from me. Did anyone else have anything fun to share from the week that was or the week that will be?
Particularly?
Not as fun as that.
Not
Nice
as
and
fun as
easy.
that.
Nope, sweet as. And then we will jump straight back into the session. So, the Tempest Adventuring Guild, a group of mercenaries, explorers, and adventurers, has been working to thwart the machinations of a group known as the Order of the Dragon. This cult has been amassing power, wealth, and knowledge in an attempt to perform a ritual which would bring a dark draconic god, Tiamat, back into the world. Our story has been following the escapades of some of the members of this group: Mira, Jin, Lockie, Yervith, and Shana, who have now journeyed from Chiari to a tower located on the tiny island in the Shattered Isles. Shivers, a tabaxi priest of Moor's Sacris, a religion heavily tied to necromancy, has led the party to Xonthal's tower, a crumbling ruin now used by the cult. Iskander, one of the leaders of this sort of outpost of cultists, fearing for his life following a near-death poisoning, sent Shivers to the group to offer a trade, the Blue Dragon Mask for Iskander's safety. Arriving at the tower, the group met with Shivers' master, Depths, and then began to explore the tower further. After being ambushed by some cultists, allowing Shivers to grow his skeleton army, the group arrived at the observatory at the top of the tower. Peering into a large telescope, Lockie and Shana made a rather ominous discovery. Large sections of astral space were going dark, the stars winking out of existence one by one. Before the group could talk through the ramifications of this potentially earth-shattering event in detail, Jorgen Prowl, a commander of the cult, revealed himself. Initially wanting to know who these intruders were, he quickly commanded some cultists to attack, upon seeing the reanimated corpses of his soldiers being commanded by a tabaxi priest. After a quick fight, the party were able to subdue him and temporarily capture him. However, he revealed a hidden secret. He too was a Drake Warden. Using his summoned Drake to escape from the party and fly off into the sunset, cackling maniacally. No, he didn't do that. But he did fly off into the sunset. The rest of the party continued on to explore the tower, now having access to the dungeon levels, where apparently Iskander had fled for his safety. After a brief, confusing moment where Shivers got a bit stuck in the tower without the keystone required to get back to where the party were, and a bit of smooth talking to get themselves out of danger, the party were able to get back down into the dungeons. However, things were not as they had left them. A group of myrmidons, elemental creatures bound to suits of armor, had been decimating Shivers' zombie army while the others had been fucking about upstairs, and the group were thrown into a very tense combat. Shivers has already gone down twice. The first time taking a bit of an injury, and the second time avoiding an injury, but is now unconscious, making death saves. The real shock, however, came when Lockie was reduced to 0 hit points. Some hidden subroutine activated, turning the gentle, kind-natured Lockie into a killing machine. We jump back in right after Lockie has been healed, deactivating this protocol and returning him to his normal self. And we're going to have a bit more of a chat about that, Lockie, once the combat is completed. We jump in on Shana's turn. You've already defeated technically 2 of the Myrmidons. A clever use of suggestion has removed one of the Myrmidons from play, and the water one has now just been defeated as well. The fire and stone Myrmidons are still well in combat, though. I should actually remove the water one from the turn order. So we jump in. Shana, it is your turn. And I'll bring some to the map actually too.
So I'm gonna do, to great surprise, gonna do the usual, the triple Eldritch Blast on the fire Myrmidon, and see if I can
phone a friend. Shana's doing an Eldritch Blast. Have we had that before?
Yeah, something completely different and unexpected. I know. It's almost as if I built my entire character around this one spell.
Yeah, noticed that. Hey,
anyway, so I'm trying
when you're onto
to
a winner.
blast the Myrmidon backwards if I can.
Yeah, go for it. Either
Assuming
fire or stone.
What the fuck?
I can't see that roll yet. Hasn't come through. Is it a bad roll?
It came
I
up,
just got a crit 20. Why isn't it coming through?
I can't see
it
the
came
roll.
up on D&D Beyond, but not on Roll20 for some reason.
Let me have a look. I will believe you, I'm sure.
I did see it
I
on
saw
my
it.
on my
I saw it
D&D
on
Beyond,
D&D Beyond.
Alright.
Yeah.
I can
Let me
screenshot
pull
the
open
game
the
log.
logs. Let me pull open the logs. It's okay. It's alright. It's alright. I can see the log. Yes, that is a nat 20. I wonder. Oh, have you got your Beyond 20 synced up? Is it? Just make sure it's working.
Giving me
You
the
might have to click
VTT error.
Oh, that's not a good sign. Maybe we need to update our Beyond 20s.
I'm
Let
just
me
going
see
to
if
check
this
as well.
works. No, Yervith is working. I'll roll for Jin's Umbral Blade really quickly. See if
Beyond?
that works. Yep, Jin's is working. Oh, fuck, that's a good. Okay, I might save that for Jin. Nah, that's not how it works. That's okay. That's all right. That's all right. Don't worry too much, Ali. So yeah, that is a natural 20, so you will be critting on that. So roll me some damagios, and then we will add a full dice roll on top of that for the first hit.
Yep, and I'm guessing the other
Mira,
two
natural 20.
17s didn't hit.
The other two 13s don't hit.
17s.
Oh, 17s?
Yeah.
17s might just hit.
Two 17s.
17s hit. 17s both hit.
All right, so 3 sets of damages. So I'll roll the crit damage first, just to get it out of the way. So this is the critty boy.
Hey, it's working now. There we go.
Yep. I just had to reload Beyond 20, I think.
Yeah, that'll
And
often
then
do it.
this is the other 2 sets of damages for the other 2 blasts.
Perfect. So, so the first
Oh,
one
wait, no,
first.
that's not damage, that's to hit. Sorry.
Which one to hit? No, the 11s are both damage, aren't they? Oh no, the second 11's not.
Yeah, I didn't mean to roll the 11 to hit. I was
That's
aiming
all
for
okay.
damage.
So the first one was 11 damage. We then add an extra 10 to that because it's the full dice damage for the better criticals. So that takes you up to 21 points of damage for the, was it the fire elemental you were attacking?
Yeah. And I'm like blasting him 10 foot backwards for each hit.
Fantastic. I will move him back now. Does he have to make a save for that, or it's just on the hit, is it?
It's just on hit, I think.
And is it a creature? What size creature?
It doesn't specify, but
It's
when I
definitely
tried to
not
use it on
large,
a
yeah.
dragon last time, we said that's not going to happen.
Large, anything bigger than large is not going to happen. So actually, these guys don't get pushed back, unfortunately. They are large. They are not medium. Actually, no, sorry, they're medium. No. They are medium elementals. I apologize. You watch as the Myrmidon gets thrown back 10 feet. And for the second damage, that's going to be 11 damage and then 5 damage, correct? Shana, how do you want to do this?
Yes! Oh my god.
Oh, man.
Oh wow. Oh wow.
That's it. 4 points over.
Yeah, I think it's maybe just like the sheer amount of like pressure and force that's pushing against him, and he's taken so much damage already. It just sort of snuffs him out like a gust of wind on a candle. Just
Okay. I like it. Like this intense moment of combat, and you just very much just like dismiss this creature. Just blast it into nothingness. You watch as that last Eldritch Blast cuts through some integral part of the internal armor, severing some rune you suspect, and you watch as the armor cracks and the fire just suddenly goes out, and the armor just drops to the floor with a clatter before slowly turning to dust as you take out the fire Myrmidon. Very, very nice, Shana. Anything else on your turn? You've still got movement and a bonus action if you choose to take them.
Going to just take a step sideways. Just to sort of try and pull a bit of heat from our downed allies.
Okay, absolutely.
Not that it does much, but I don't know, maybe it's like getting his attention or something.
Yeah, absolutely. Mira.
Alright. Now, I've forgotten our ruling about health potions. Are they to administer to someone else an action?
Health potions are a bonus action. Oh, actually, no. Sorry, what was the rule? Let me have a look it up. So I think because anything that overtakes another feature of a class, so like rogues, for example, have a cunning action to administer a potion as a bonus action. If it invalidates another class feature, I generally won't rule it. Yeah, so that's right. Yeah, so for a potion for yourself, bonus action to administer a potion to another creature, it's an action.
Okay, cool. So I'm going to administer a health potion to Shivers.
Yep.
Thank you.
So it's going to be a whole old, what is it, 1d4 plus, do you want to, where is it?
I think it's 1d4 plus 4, right?
Plus 4, yeah. I'll just roll it. Yeah, 1d4 plus 4.
Or is it 2d4 plus 2? Is it 2d4 plus 2?
Nah, just 1d4.
1d4, really?
I think so.
Just for a basic, I think it is.
Basic health potion.
2d4 plus 2. 2d4 plus 2.
Yeah, true.
Cool. It's been a while since I was a healer.
And then we'll just subtract 2 off that because you've added plus 4, so that's easy. So 8 and then down to 6. So Shivers, 6 hit points.
6 hit points.
Very lovely.
And then I'm going to quicken Dimension Door as a bonus action.
Yes.
And I'll hold out my hand to Shivers and I'm like, let's get out of here.
Nice.
Yes.
Nice.
I'm going to Dimension Door to the other side of the room with Shivers.
Fantastic. So you and Shivers over to the other side of the room, away from all of this this goodness here. As you disappear, the Earth Elemental, you sort of watch as it pauses, its head sort of turning to regard. Target lost.
Cool. Excellent. Okay. That's my turn.
Okay, cool. The Earth Myrmidon is next. It is going to make a roll to see who it attacks because there are lots of people in range. We've got Jin, we've got Shana, we've got Lockie, we've got Eleanor. Okay, I'm going to roll a d4.
Not Eleanor. No.
First attack's going for Shana. Second attack's going for Jin. Yep, okay. So let's do these attacks, hey? And it's going to use its maul attack on Shana because it did not like Shana taking out its companion there. Yeah, it did not like that. So, Shana, I'm guessing a 20 hits you.
Yes.
So that's going to be 10 force damage. And as it strikes down and crushes you, this boom echoes out from the stone that it has grabbed. It literally reaches up into the ceiling, pulls out a section of stone, and then slams it down on top of you, Shana. So 10 force damage, and then you take an additional 25 force damage as it does a thunderous strike.
Whoa, that's a big boy damage.
Really glad we weren't there.
13 does not hit Jin. Yeah, so it was going to get, because it can get more than one person in the range of that, but I'd already said it was going to roll for that for Shana, so only Shana's affected by this. Shana, I also need you to make me a strength saving throw or be knocked prone by this.
Strength. Famously, I'm so strong.
I know. 14 is the DC. Oh no, 11. You just, as this thing just crushes Shana, she just disappears. All you can see is this snake tail directly straight out from underneath this stone that then flops down limply. As the stone cracks, you can see Shana like lying there being like, ow. How you looking, Shana?
It's actually the first damage I've taken since the previous long rest.
No, fine.
That's fine. She's doing okay. As the Earth,
it took out half my hit points, but you know,
yeah,
I'm still here.
As the Earth Myrmidon crashes down and then begins like looking around the room, trying to sort of like see where the others are, you hear again this very mechanical sounding voice uttering out from underneath this helmet. Tower defenses compromised. Alrighty, Lockie, you are up next.
Alrighty. Well, Lockie immediately attacks everybody.
Yep. Perfect. Lockie activates his alchemist fire on himself. Lockie drinks alchemist fire.
No, he's going to come back to, and just sort of.
So Lockie, you have no memory of what happened. The last thing you remember is that sort of that feeling of dropping away, that feeling of disappearing into blackness. And then as you have those memories and you sort of fell back into that past experience, suddenly you're awake again. And you have a moment where you can't really tell what's real and what's not. But you sort of shake that feeling off and you are, at the beginning of your turn, back to normal.
Okay, cool. Well, there's dead myrmidons around, but that's all right. So what he'll do is I was going to take attack opportunity. Oh well. Move over there. Actually, I can do this without doing that. So we'll go here so he doesn't take attack opportunity. And he's just going to sort of like stumble over and turn his torso over and use the slightly jarred, maybe slightly misfiring to wind up and hit him with a lightning blast. A lightning bolt, which will be a Dex 18.
Now, can I just confirm on my screen? Oh, there we go. No, all good, all good. Sorry, carry on. My screen was lagging. Please.
Yep.
Lightning bolt.
Yep, lightning bolt. So it'll be a Dex 18 save.
And is that a... Let me have a quick look. So that's not with disadvantage because it's so close. 100 feet long and 5 feet wide blasts out for you in a direction you choose. No. It just makes... I'll make a Dex save. You have correctly identified, Lockie. I'm not sure how you've done this, that this creature is not very dexterous. 7.
Hey!
Wow.
7.
That's... I'll roll damages.
Now, this is a lightning bolt, correct?
That is the lightning bolt, indeed. So
as the lightning... Yeah, sorry, you described it. You go.
Oh, the core in his chest spins and kind of clicks in, and taking the slightly shorting nature of him at the moment, sort of brings it all together and fires out.
This bolt of brilliant crackling energy strikes this creature in the chest, arcing across the metal armor, and then you watch as the lightning grounds itself through its earthen body directly into the ground underneath its feet.
Ah, shit. Might be immune.
There are scorch marks across the armor and a few sections where stones have been chipped off, so you think it did something.
Resistance to lightning.
Resistant.
I see. Well,
It's made of ground. I'm sorry.
That makes sense. As soon as you said, I was like, yeah, that makes sense.
Sorry.
That's all right. That was my big boy spell, but that's all good. So,
Shana's throwing shade on you, mate. She's like, someone should check their Pokemon type effectiveness.
Why don't you next?
Oh, man. Yeah, we need a fairy type to go against these dragons. Anyone got any fairies they can throw at the dragons? That'd defeat Tiamat. Yeah.
Or metal works.
Yeah, steel.
We have an int.
Steel.
Is that close?
That's a good question. Anything else on your turn, Lockie?
Just checking.
We'll keep bantering about fairies then. So yeah,
That
fairies.
sounds
Who's
I have a
hyped for
great
Pokemon? Oh, sorry, you go. Yeah, sorry.
Warlock. No, I have a great Archfey Warlock that I want to break out at some point.
Archfey Warlock is an awesome subclass. It doesn't get a lot of love because it's not super min-maxed, but it is a lot of fun RP-wise. Oh,
Super fun.
it's so much fun. And Archfey Warlock combined with, if you multi-class with Bard, College of Spirits, I think it is. Is it College of
Glamour.
Spirits? College of Glamour, thank you. Sorry,
Glamour.
College of Glamour.
Whoa, that
There's
sounds spicy.
some really cool synergy for effects. Yeah.
Yeah, it's very, very cool.
Synergy!
Synergistic management solutions. Lockie.
Yep, nothing, because my defensive shields are down.
Yep. Yervith, you see Lockie engaging this creature, trying his best to fight it off. Lockie looks pretty hurt. Shana looks like she just took a big hit. Eleanor is still in the line of fire. You're standing next to a zombie in the back corner of the room, having been left behind by Mira's teleport out of there. There's probably a moment where you're feeling a bit trapped. You're under the earth. You're in this dark cavern. in a
I don't
confined
love it.
space fighting this giant creature made of the earth itself, and you just watch as it just pummels the shit out of Shana, and then it's like this helmeted face turns towards you in the corner. It's your turn.
Yervith nopes away.
Yeah.
Nope.
If only he had rope tricks still, he could just get out of it.
It's so good.
Just Yervith's like, do you know what? You guys have got this. You've got this, right? You've got this. Climbs the rope.
Bye. Yeah,
Bye.
I don't know. Yervith is so. Just to clarify, the top right-hand corner of the map is completely empty at the moment, right?
There's just the... Actually, I should remove these tokens from the map because they rust away, leaving no sign of their previous... so there's just little piles of ash. So yes, the two Myrmidons that have been defeated are gone.
I'm exactly going to do that. I'm going to run, run out of the room.
It's a good nope. It's a good nope. As you run up in line with one of the zombies that's been crushed, you can see Yervith that these tiny shards of stone are embedded all over its body, and it's actually half sunk into the ground. You think it's actually been dragged into the earth by this thing as you run up to the zombie.
Wow,
That makes me sad.
that is really sad.
Well, I guess that I think you should be afraid, because if it did that to the zombie, it might be able to do that to you.
Yervith is just going to duck behind this little bit of a corner here, giving himself a little bit of I guess, distance between him and this earth creature.
Yep.
Looking at his arrows, looking at his swords, he realizes he's probably not quite equipped to deal with this creature of stone, but he's going to try anyway. He's going to look for some weak points or something. So he's going to use his bonus action to move Hunter's Mark onto the stone golem, which he had cast previously.
Yes, you have. I'll move
I
that
think
right now.
I believe he had it on the water Myrmidon, so
That's correct.
he pushes it onto there.
There you go. I'll use the
and-
flag to symbolize that.
Yep, and yeah, he's just gonna try his best.
Start pinging some arrows. Absolutely, Yervith. Chat's
that's
cheering you on. They're saying, believe in yourself. They're looking after you.
15 is most likely gonna miss, I'd say.
15's going to miss. Yep, definitely.
But what about at 16? That's gonna.
16 is going to miss.
The arrows just go ting ting. I'm
The
like,
arrows literally just off the stone and like disappear into the darkness. And yeah.
yeah, Yervith kind of does a. I expected that. And yeah, he doesn't really have much else to do.
Yep. No,
He's
that's all
just
good.
gonna.
All good.
Yep.
In that
Gonna
case,
chill
then
here.
we pass over to. Do you want to command Eleanor as a bonus action?
Bonus action was to move Hunter's Mark, so.
Oh, yep. It's actually, yeah, it is a bonus action to command Eleanor. So Eleanor's just saying the dodge action. I need to remember that. Eleanor's dodging right now until the next action.
So any attacks on her will be a disadvantage.
Disadvantage.
So, yep.
Shiver me timbers. Shivers. There we go. Sorry, I'm sorry.
Yes.
That's right.
I'm gonna look over at Tibbles and with this expression of such sorrow, just command Tibbles to run at and try to restrain.
Restrain.
Rock
Okay.
Restrain!
Is that the word? Restrain.
He's gonna
Is
flop
that the word
over.
you say?
Well, I don't know. Interfere.
Trip him up. Go for the
Interfere
ankles.
with. It's interesting terminology. So okay. Let me put it this way. Do you want Tibbles to make an attack or to use her help action to try and like distract the golem a bit to give someone else advantage to attack it?
More that.
Okay, cool.
Definitely more that.
Okay, great. Who would you like her to give advantage to for the help action?
Who's next in the order? Who's there?
Jin.
Jin. All right, for Jin then.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sure. Jin's not stoked about being right in front of this thing, and I think if Jared was here, he would try and get Jin out of dodge. But now that you're helping, he's going to pull out his sword and start hitting away. Awesome. All right, so that's your bonus action, Shivers. What about your action?
Yeah, so for my action, I am going to point at this golem creature thing, and his eyes kind of go black, and this dust, like grave dust, this crumbling, and it's not just dust, there's like wet bits and maggots that come out of his eyes as well.
Oh,
like
God.
this
Oh,
rotting, crumbling
that's
detritus just starts falling and crumbling down the front of his tunic and
I should
outfit.
probably get that looked at.
You just go see a cleric. You just see a cleric about that, man. That's on Ollie.
Yeah, Mira like backs
His
up.
mouth-
Oh, jeez.
His mouth opens to almost like this unhinged. You know how cats can just it just keeps going.
Yep.
And it's almost past the height of hearing. There's this piercing,
Like a ringing noise in your ears.
Yeah, it'd be a scream if it wasn't so high pitched. It's almost like a whistling, ringing.
Okay.
And he casts Ray of Enfeeblement.
Okay, I believe that's a Constitution save for me, if I remember Ray of Enfeeblement correctly.
It is a con save.
I will make a Constitution save. That is a 22.
I don't know why I rolled for that. Ah, piss. All right. Well, it does nothing then.
Not even on a save? It doesn't do half damage?
No, because it's not a damage thing. It's a buff.
Oh, it's done a 25 at the top there. It's roll damage, 1d20 plus 7.
Let me have another look at that. Hang on.
Take a quick look. Let me double check.
Yeah, I will, because D&D Beyond just crapped itself literally as I
make a ranged spell attack. No, it's a ranged spell attack. It's not a con save. It's a ranged spell attack. So 25 hits. So that is a...
Oh, sweet.
So then the Constitution save must be to prevent part of it. Make a ranged spell attack. On a hit, the target deals only half damage with weapon attacks that use strength until that turn ends. So no, and then it can make a Constitution saving throw against the spell at the end of its turn. Okay, so at the end of its turn, it will throw off this effect, but until the end of its turn, it does half damage. That is amazing.
Awesome.
Because all of its attacks use strength. That's really good.
Yeah, nice one.
That is fantastic. This could okay, yeah, that was really good. Anything else in your turn, Shivers? Do you want to move? You happy there? What do you want to do?
I'm probably going to sidle over past my poor dead zombie friend, looking very sad about that, up
to where Yervith is.
Yervith's direction.
Yep.
Yeah, up there. That'll do me.
Easy. Jin's turn. You watch as Jin holds his hand out, his shadow coalescing and forming to this black katana. As he looks down, he goes, "I really don't get enough opportunities to use this." And then he goes to make a strike against this creature. I believe he gets 2 attacks with this. Let me just double check. Just double check. Yes, he does get 2 attacks, so he will make 2 attacks. I rolled better. I rolled better for Jin previously. That's not coming through. All right, let me know if this comes through now. There we go. It's coming through now. Oh my god. That's 2 27s. Jin is going to hit twice. He does 9 damage and then 7 damage. Wow. As he starts cutting into this thing. He is then going to... does want to get out of there. Oh, and he's got advantage, so I will roll 2 more times, see if I can get a crit, actually. No, so we'll take the first 2
so
damages.
close!
It's so close, man. So close.
He doesn't have that crit on 19s thing, does he?
No, he didn't do the... I probably could have had him do a... But I was saving his bonus action to get out of there because I didn't want to do a Hexblade's Curse so that he could then get out of there because I don't want to kill Jin while he's not here. I can't kill him while he's not here. He is then going to do. Oh, does he have a? It says he's got a spell scroll for Dimension Door. Do you think he'd use up his Dimension Door spell scroll to get away from there? No, I don't think he would.
I don't think he would either.
I think it's sort of an oh shit button.
Yeah, in that case, then I think he'll. Oh, he's already used his Hexblade Curse, so I couldn't have used it again anyway, so that's fine. No, okay, he doesn't do anything else. Okay, Shana, you're up next.
All right. So it's half movement to get up from prone, yeah?
Yes, it is.
Yeah. So she gets up. And then how's this guy looking? Is he sort of like really hurt or like not really hurt as far as you can tell from an earthman?
Shana, it's a giant creature made from stone bound in metal plates. You've chipped off a few sections of stone and the metal's got a couple of scratches on it, but otherwise this thing looks the same as it did when it first came through the wall.
Alright. She is going to cast Grease on the 10-foot square that's directly underneath him.
Nice. Yep. You watch as Shana fills this area with this disgusting oily liquid that covers the floor. Let me put some grease down. And do I make a dex save?
Yep, Dex 16.
Okay, this thing's not super dexterous, so let's have a look. This might be the moment of truth.
Oh, wow.
That is a 14. That's a fail.
Woo! Yay! Oh.
So it gets dropped to the ground, right?
Yep,
It falls
prone.
prone?
Yep, falls
Fantastic.
prone.
Awesome.
Whoa, whoa, whoa!
Damn.
Let's use, what can I use as a grease puddle? Let's use this as a grease puddle. So there you go.
Dang.
Yeah, it's not super good, but and then I'll just move that to the back.
Yervith can't shoot it now.
Because it's prone.
Man.
That's right.
Yeah.
This
Oh,
time.
what?
Anything else in your turn, Shana?
Nope, because I don't have any bonus actions. Oh wait, if he's prone, can he take opportunity attacks?
That is a really good question. I don't believe they
Yeah.
can. It just has disadvantage on attack rolls. So it does have an opportunity attack, but with disadvantage.
Still not gonna risk it. I'm gonna stay where I am.
That's fair. That's
I'm
fair.
hoping,
although,
like, all of
although
us-
with the Raven Figment, it can only do half damage.
Yeah. So
You're
He's gonna get away. It's
She's not
gonna
gonna
get
leave
away now.
threatened range, but she's gonna
Push
take
the side of it.
that step backwards because I'm hoping like all of us here is gonna act like a wall. So when he does eventually get up, he can't get out, and so if he ends his turn in the grease, he's gonna go back down again.
Okay, nice. No, that's a good plan.
Nice.
Alrighty, Mira, I pass over to you.
Okay, my D&D Beyond decided to... No, so I'm just going to have a look over Michael's shoulder.
Oh, your camera dropped out too. I'll just
Yeah, I
bring you back.
know.
It's all good. I'll
My
bring you back. It's all
old
good.
computer.
Your camera's working on here. It's just on the stream. I'll just bring you back.
Alright, I'm gonna do a big boy attack. I'm gonna cast Immolation on this thing.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
Take me through Immolation. I think this is the first time you've used this spell. Correct?
It's another flamey spell.
It is. Flames
well,
wreath one
go
creature
ahead.
you can see within range. Makes a dex
Yeah,
save.
one more level. Yes.
That's a 9.
Yes. 8d6 fire damage.
Oi.
Do you reckon you could do
Holy!
8d6
It's not bad.
5
Not bad.
because of elemental affinity.
Whoa.
Yeah. At the end of its turn, the target repeats the saving throw, takes 4d6 on a failed save.
Oh, okay,
These
there's
magical
the-
flames can't be extinguished by non-magical means. Ooh,
Keeps
wow.
taking damage every time.
27's not bad.
70.
Plus
Shit.
5. Plus 5.
Yes, 32. Alrighty.
Is
Mira,
this
how does
part
this
of that
spell
same
work?
thing? Yeah, no, you go, Mira.
So
What?
how does this spell work for Mira? How does Mira conjure this?
Ooh, I think because this is a big spell,
Yep.
she would be like with her cold hand, she flicks a couple of icicles up into the air, and with her fire hand, she lights each one, and they burst forward in this sphere of flame and frost, and just enshrines this creature in what looks like a snowstorm, but is on fire.
Oh my god.
Wow.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, as this creature just starts burning, you watch as the rock that comprises its body actually begins bubbling, the heat from this flame, causing all of you who are up close, so yeah, Shana, Lockie, Jin, and Eleanor sort of like rear back as the flames engulf this creature. Shana, your question was, does damage get amplified because of grease? Have a look at grease for me. Tell me if it mentions anything about fire damage in grease, because my memory tells me that there's no mention of...
Nah, it doesn't. It's
I didn't
from
think
something
so.
else I was looking at previously on if I cast it with the fire dude still there, would it spread the fire?
Yeah, no, actually, I've seen an official ruling about this one, because apparently people were doing this a lot. They were like, well, it's grease, not oil. It's like a magical
Yeah.
grease. It's not like flammable, but it's not inflammable or non-flammable. It's like...
Lord.
So I interpreted that as like, okay, no, it doesn't catch
It's
fire.
also magic, right?
It is,
So
yeah.
it's like,
Yeah.
Magic. Yeah.
Magic. Mira, anything else on your turn, or are you all done?
I now that D&D Beyond is having some issues.
Yeah, mine just did that too. It just crapped the bed. Said like
Yeah,
504 error.
Yeah, same. It's come back on now, so just refresh it. Maybe might be all right
Wouldn't
now.
be a Lost Archive stream without some technical difficulties.
Oh no.
As long as mine still works, I'm happy.
Is there cover over here? Is that
you
a
can
wall?
you can duck behind the corridor and hide
Yeah.
behind the corner there, but that's right. I'm happy for you to see slightly outside there. That's the wall there. But yeah,
Is that the wall? Yeah. I'm just
yeah,
like
that white section's the wall.
taking cover.
Alrighty, so Mira, after setting this creature on fire, you dash and start moving down the corridor from whence it came, where Shivers and Yervith are currently cowering in fear as well. As you come around the corner, you see them all there being like, "Oh, hi."
Well, hi, customers.
Hello.
Hello.
You meet the strangest people in airports. In corridors. The Earth Myrmidon. It does not like being prone. It is going to... Yeah, it's not liking that. The Myrmidon is going to melt into the earth. You watch as it just disappears underground and disappears from view, leaving the grease unite.
Does the flame stay there? Or
The
does
flame,
it go
it still is on
where it
fire.
goes?
No, it stays on fire. The flames cannot be extinguished by non-magical means. So it's trying to escape the fire by diving under the ground. It obviously doesn't know that the flames aren't affected this way. But the spell specifically says it can't extinguish the flames. So as it goes under, there's like trail of flames that's left on the surface that slowly disappears.
Would that be an attack of opportunity?
That's a good question. I will allow attack of opportunity. I will, because it is disengaging to drop under the ground, but it's not a proper disengage. So yes, I will allow attacks of opportunity for Jin, Eleanor, Lockie, and Shana.
Go Tibbles, go.
And Tibbles.
Owen, I don't have the zombie stats up at the moment. Could you?
That's
please
okay. I'll roll for the zombie. That is a 14. That is not enough. Jin's borrowed magic sword. Amazing.
That
Jin's-
hit.
Does 28 hit?
28 does hit. Jin's is also not enough. 16 is not enough. That's the only one that hits. Is oh no, Lockie. Oh, yeah.
Yep. I was gonna
Lockie,
go on that.
I saw the immolation and I was like, oh, that's Lockie's attack 27.
No.
No, that's the
No.
immolation.
Um,
Sean, do you want to roll me damage for your borrowed sword?
sorry.
The first time I've actually used this
It's just a long sword,
Yeah.
basically.
it's got 2 damages. It's 1d8 plus 5 and 1d10 plus 5. I'm
Yeah,
assuming
depending
it's
if it's
like
one-handed or
versus
two-handed.
2.
You have to
Okay.
be using it one-handed because you've just drawn it to attack this turn with your
As easy
attack
as.
opportunity. 13,
So-
yep.
Well, while we're rolling that up, I have a question for you.
Yes.
In Shatter, it says a creature made of inorganic material such as stone, crystal, and metal has disadvantage on the saving throw. Would this count?
Yes, it would.
Ooh, yeah.
Yes, it
Okay.
would.
So as he goes, Lockie's just going to reach into the ground and sort of feel the lay of the ground and just give it a big twist and cast Shatter as he's going into the ground.
Alrighty. Is that a con save for me?
That's con save 18 at disadvantage.
That is a 23.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Tough.
It's also got to make that con save for the end of its turn from Raven Feeblement. too.
Yes, it hasn't reached the end of its turn yet. Oh, well, no, the 22 I rolled before for the con save, we'll use that.
Oh,
for the-
that's right. That's right.
So
Yeah.
it's... okay, so
It'll still
half
take
damage.
You'll still take
Oh
half.
no.
Oh
So
no.
4
Only
damage. No problem
got
at
4
all.
damage. Not that much.
Okay.
Alrighty. The Earth Elemental is going to... I'll look at you guys all standing in a nice little line there.
Oh.
Yeah, it's not happy about that. The Earth Elemental bursts out of the wall at the top and throws this side here, and throws a giant boulder down the middle there. So I need Eleanor, Lockie, Tibbles, and Shana to make me a dexterity saving throw to avoid being hit by this rock. As it
Can
basically
you please
bursts
roll
out
for
of the wall.
Tibbles, Owen?
I will roll for Tibbles.
Eleanor!
Oh, that's a fail for Tibbles too. Tibbles is not very dexterous. That's only an 8.
I think I'm down again.
That is going to be...
No.
Yervith's taking damage, so Yervith is 13, Shana 15, that's going to take damage. Lockie,
That's
a
Eleanor,
7.
not Yervith.
Oh,
But-
sorry. Eleanor, 13 is going to take damage. Shana, 15 is going to take damage. Lockie, 7 is going to take damage. Mira, why are you rolling a dex save?
Am I there?
Nope, you're not alive.
No.
Great.
So that's you can just bank that for later.
Mira empathetically tries to dodge out of the way. Like,
And just like smashes into the wall with a dexterity save of 8.
Knocks myself out.
Yeah. So
They're just watching like, what are you doing?
the good news is this is going to be half damage because it's got the Rave Enfeeblement still active. But all of you, so we take full damage, but then I'm going to halve it for the Rave Enfeeblement.
Oh, yeah.
So that's going to be 18 points of damage, halved down to 9.
Oh, Tibbles, you monster.
Tibbles has 8. How much HP? No, Tibbles. I need to make a con save for
Yeah,
Tibbles.
8.
Raf, do you want to roll the d20 for Tibbles' con
Oh,
save?
she's still.
I
alive.
absolutely.
Guess who else had 8 HP? Eleanor.
Oh no!
I guess you had 7.
Okay,
Shit.
Lockie, I need you to
nice
roll
all
me. Shana, yes, you can hellish rebuke that. Lockie, I need. No, you can't, Shana, because you did a reaction to do the attack of opportunity.
Yes, I
So no,
did.
you can't.
You're right. Never mind.
Oh, no, Lockie.
13 Raf. Let me have a quick look if that's enough to avoid the fortitude. 5 plus the damage taken. How much was the damage taken?
9.
So the DC had to beat was 14.
Oh no.
Tibbles is
Jin is
dead
going
again.
to Jin is going to use his bardic inspiration to give Tibbles
fine,
another
I'm-
roll, to roll a d8 to add to that. Oh, it's a 1. That's all you needed. Tibbles is still alive. Well, undead.
Wow.
Oh dear lord. Okay, so Lockie, you're down, right?
Yep.
Can I have a con save? The DC is the damage you took to knock you down, so 9 is your con save DC to avoid taking an injury.
It's not too bad.
14? You're not
My
taking an
cost
injury.
is 7.
You're all good. Shana, how are you looking? You're okay. Eleanor's just gone.
It's still up.
Yeah,
I'm gonna just move Eleanor off the map.
vanishes.
Yeah, I'm just gonna move
Yeah,
Eleanor
yeah.
off the map for the moment.
At the
so
end of its turn, it has to make another dex saving throw to avoid the flames.
And so it's past the Raven Fieldment, and then it will take the dex saving throw. So I'll do the dex
Oh, yeah.
saving around. So the Raven Fieldment now ends. It is the end of its turn. Actually, no, sorry, it's not the end of its turn. It's going to finish its movement. It is then going to rush towards these guys hiding in the corridor here.
I
Not happy
don't
about
like
you
that.
guys attacking it from afar. I'll make a dex save to avoid taking damage. Mira, that's a 13. I think that's a fail, correct?
Fail takes 46 damage and it's still gone.
Chat's worried about Eleanor. Eleanor is not just unconscious. Eleanor disappears. As this attack hits Eleanor, she out of existence. You watch as she just fades away. Because she's a summoned creature, Yervith can resummon her using a spell slot. She's not gone forever. Just until Yervith resummons her. Yervith, as Eleanor goes down, you have this sudden moment where you see through her eyes as this massive boulder just and then only darkness. And then
Let's
suddenly,
flinch a little bit.
yeah.
Yeah.
And suddenly you feel that connection with Eleanor for a moment. Nothing. And then you feel that spiritual connection again kick in, and Eleanor, you feel that the sort of the spirit of Eleanor again, like suffused with your own soul, this like fuck inside you as Eleanor's like bamfed. 12 immolation damage. Ooh, it's not liking that, Mira. It is not liking that. It is going to do its best to end that effect. Actually, it does still have 1 attack left.
Could
Hi.
it not, though?
It's going to attack Mira with its maul. It still takes half damage because the at this point, 23 Mira.
Yep.
Uh,
Ooh. 17, 18, 19, 20, 22. No. Yep. Go.
Okay. So 23. The damage that you would have taken was going to be 16. It is halved because Raven Figment is still active when this attack goes off. So it's halved to 8.
Whew. Okay.
That is the Earth
I've got to use that
Myrmidon's
spell more
go.
often.
Yeah, that's good.
That can I just say, Raven Feeblement
Yeah, it's good.
just
good
stopped you
spell.
guys taking like 30 extra points of damage. That's and
Yeah,
it
that's
basically
huge.
saved you guys. It saved you from losing, I suspect, probably Shana, and probably from losing Tibbles, because that would have been a lot harder DC for Tibbles to make to avoid being knocked to 0.
That would have been unforgivable, Owen.
Unforgivable. Okay, that's good to know.
Unforgivable.
Lockie. Lockie, you're up next. As the Earth Elemental finishes its assault, spellcaster detected. Nullifying.
Well, definitely work on that. I will roll a death save. That was it.
Oh, Lockie, that's a 2. That's not good, Lockie. That is 1 death fail.
Fuck.
All right.
Yervith.
So his cogs try and sort of like start winding back up again, and you hear one go ting and fly off.
So, Lockie, again, as you are sent hurtling back into the depths of your own memory, you find yourself once again standing on a very familiar site. The Sky Castle. Skyreach that you spent a lot of your time on, where you were found by the adventurers, by the Tempest Guild. But this is Skyreach as you knew it, back when it was pristine and beautiful. and you can see legions of other giant forged, like yourself, ascending, rising up off the ground, flying towards this castle. This strange mechanism attached to their backs, letting out these pulses of circular purple light, almost like these plasma blasts sort of firing down to elevate them and allow them to land on the courtyard. Land in the courtyard. Yeah, jetpacks essentially. Yeah.
That's cool.
As they ascend and land, and then hand to the chest, do this big salute, and then you hear the tick, 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 tick of the gears as they click and then move into the position. And that's where we'll leave you for the moment. Yervith, you see Lockie just go down. However, there are more immediate problems as the Earther Myrmidon rushes towards you.
I'm seeing my boy Lockie go down once again. And Yervith's like, no, I won't lose another companion. And he will bonus action disengage.
Ooh, nice.
And get towards and just break from the Myrmidon's range of attack.
Yeah, as it strikes down with its hammer at Mira, you leap over the top of the hammer, doing this sort of roll on the other side and sprinting towards Lockie.
As he jumps over the maul, he's gonna use his action to cast Good Berries, and he's gonna start shoving the Good Berries down Lockie's mechanical throat.
Amazing. Before I forget, actually, I need some concentration saves for spells. I need Shana and I need Mira to both make me concentration spells. I'm assuming, yeah.
I did already.
Oh, you done it already?
Yep, it's in the chat. I rolled an 11.
You. 11 is enough. That passes 10 because the damage you took was less than that. Shana, yours is okay too. Carry on. How many good berries do you shove down Lockie's?
All 10.
All 10. I love this idea. Yervith runs in. He holds up his hand and he watches this branch that he summons fills with red berries, and then Yervith goes ha 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 ha, and then starts cooking his.
6 seconds. Just
Lockie, you're back with 10 hit points, baby. I think I know as it says as an action you can eat a good berry, or is it you pick however many you want to eat as an action? I'm happy to good berry 5. I'm pretty sure that you can just shove them down. A creature can use its action to eat 1 berry.
Oh, do you reckon that's not gonna work?
I've got a feeling you can only feed Lockie 1 berry at a time.
Oh, really?
Do you know what though? I'm going to rule this. I'm going to say that the berries aren't huge. I'm going to say that you can, as an action, eat a number of berries equal to the number you want to eat. Because I reckon I could fit 10 raspberries in my mouth, no problem.
Yeah.
Oh, up to you. I mean, I'm happy.
I'm gonna rule that.
As long as I can stabilize Lockie, that's all I really wanted to do.
No, so. I'm gonna rule it. It's a little bit like I'm gonna rule it where you choose how many berries you want to eat, and that is how many you eat as an action. Because I 100% I could eat 10 raspberries or 10 blueberries in one go. Wouldn't even fucking phase me. If I can fit 10 marshmallows in my mouth, I can fit 10.
I mean, Lockie is unconscious though, so.
That's a good point. Although Lockie doesn't.
He can choke on them though.
It's true. Lockie doesn't need to breathe, so. No, I'm happy to rule for Goodberry that you can. It's a number that you pick between 1 and 10, and that is how many you eat as an action is to eat that many that you pick.
So,
So Lockie, yeah, you're back with 10 hit points, baby.
I didn't expect that to have a taste.
Oh, Raph, that 8 is actually the armor class for Tibbles, just so you know.
Oh, was it? I thought
the
that
health
was
is 1 out of 22. There you go.
Lovely. Thank you.
My pleasure. Yervith, that's your bonus action and action. Anything else? Any other movement? Or are you happy there?
I mean, he's not really happy anywhere. Let's be honest. He's gonna just keep going back. He'll probably go back to the corner. Actually, he'll go next to. Oh no, he'll go back to next to Tibbles.
As Tibbles, you see Tibbles is looking so much worse for wear. There's some tears across her chest. You can see there's a shard of stone embedded in through the gap of one of her ribs. She's looking bad, man.
Yeah, that just looks her up and down and goes, yeah.
I feel you, buddy.
Okay. I feel you.
Mondays, am I right?
Yeah.
Shivers, you're up next. This Warforged looks like it has very much chosen you and Mira as its next targets. Warforged? Earth Myrmidon.
Myrmidon.
If I run, I'm cooked. If I stay,
you're
cooked.
You can disengage.
Pan-fried. If you disengage, you're steamed.
Broiled.
Oh,
I think I'll have a Shivers Benedict today.
I'm gonna have a blight. I think I'm gonna blight it.
Okay.
Cheeky blight.
Make a spell attack for blight.
Just gonna go for a cheeky blight.
I believe it's a spell attack for blight, isn't it?
It is, yes. Oh, that was a good one.
No, it's Constitution save. That's okay. I will make a Constitution save. That is a 17. That is a pass. That's going to take half damage because the DC is 15. But that's still not bad.
So it takes 10 damage.
10 damagios. Shivers as you reach out. There's not a lot of moisture in this thing as you reach out and try and suck the life out of this thing. But there is still some. And as you pull, you watch as some of the rocks become really brittle. The earth immovable as it is compacted in on itself as you suck out the life force of this creature, turning some of its limbs to sand.
Can I...
You've got a plan. I like it. You've got your Raph thinking face on. Tell me the plan.
Okay, so I'm going to sidle down and around it, and try to. I'm going to look at Mira and say, "There's always another chance. That is, we get down, we can get back up." And I'm going to try and interpose myself with Mira as much as I can in front of it.
Oh, wow. Okay, amazing. I will take note of that. I will very much take note of that. Jin is now feeling much more comfortable, and he is going to Eldritch Blast now that he's not in range of this thing. He gets 3 beams, I believe. Yes. So 1, 2, 3. Wow.
Oh,
the last one's alright. 25's okay.
Again.
13's not great. 25's good. 9 force damage. Not exceptional. As Jin just goes, pew, misses, pew, misses. The last one just hits accidentally as he closes his eyes. Jin sort of looks at you guys and goes, this thing's really tough, guys. And then he's going to move sort of like over down here away from it. Actually, he's going to move. He's going to use his full movement to get around on the other side of the grease so that it can't get him unless it goes over the grease. Shana, you are up next.
He's going to run up to try and get a straight line of sight, line between her, the Myrmidon, and the rest of the hallway.
Yep.
So 1, 2, 3, and probably...
Get one more up to the left. Yeah, that's fine.
Fairly straight?
Yep, that's fairly straight.
And then I'm going to do a quickened Eldritch Blast, so I get 6 hits with Eldritch Blast.
There you go.
And Owen, I do want an interpretation on this one.
Yeah.
It's the way it's written is it's when you hit a creature with Eldritch Blast, you push the creature back up 10 feet in a straight line. Is it per spell, of Eldritch Blast, so like per 3 beams, or is it 1 for each 3
It's
beams?
a repelling blast, correct?
Per beam, I think it is.
Yeah, repelling blast.
I think it is per
He's
beam.
I'm gonna aim for the full 60 feet if I can.
Let's have a look. So Eldritch Blast is a single spell that hits in sequence. So, I'm just rereading it so I can be really sure. So the things aren't hitting simultaneously; they're separate beams. So yes,
So it's separate
yes,
attack roll
it is
for each
separate.
beam.
Yes, it is separate. I'm just reading it through again. Yes, you can each time you do a repelling blast, you can push a target back 10 feet.
Yeah,
Is there a save on that, or it just happens?
It just happens.
it just happens.
That's awesome.
To medium or smaller creatures. I have rules.
Wow.
Because it doesn't make any sense to be able to push like a fucking god, like a gargantuan creature back, like a purple
This is
worm, for
assuming
example.
I can hit.
10's not going to hit, 16's not going to hit, 27's going to hit,
Or
27's going to hit. It's 2 27s.
5.
So you've got 2 hits so far. 18's going to hit,
6.
that's 3 hits. 10's not going to hit, so you got 3 hits, you got 50% hit rate. So that means it
Take
moves
it.
back 30 feet.
30 feet, yep. And
Do we
then
get an
incoming
opportunity
damage.
on that?
No, because it's not moving out of your threat range, it's being blasted out. So it's like as you go, you're like, what the fuck? As this thing just goes down the corridor. So 10 force damage, 14 force damage, very nice. And you got 1 more hit, 10 more damage. Beautiful. Shana, how do you want to do this?
Hey.
Oh,
It's got to be just each consecutive hit with the blast is just vibrating him and like just vibrates more until he just falls apart into like a pile of
so like you
rubble.
hit the resonant frequency. The first blast hits the armor, this boom, rings out, and the second one, boom, boom, and then this combination of frequencies of these attacks just watches the earth elemental, this myrmidon starts shaking and then crumbling before your eyes as it crumbles to dust in front of you. That
Hell yeah.
is out of initiative.
Woo!
All right. Is anyone down at the moment?
No one's down.
I'm good.
Wow.
I clap Shivers on the back and I go, "Not today, my friend. It's not your day today."
I need to go check on Tibbles. I'm going to...
She's definitely looked better, Shivers.
like when she was alive.
Yeah. No, but I mean, you've got a little bit of a rock here and a bit of a splash there, but I'm sure she'll scrub up nicely.
Like a rock embedded into the side of her skull.
No, in between two of her ribs, there's a shard of stone, like pointing out if she had lungs, they'd be pierced right now. But Tibbles removed all of those organs, so
I've seen your work, Shivers. You'll get her looking back to normal, or whatever that is, for a zombie.
I certainly hope so. Actually, Owen, point of order on that. Is there a way to heal a zombie? Can I, like, I don't know, pull the stones out, stitch it back together, get everything sitting nice again?
So this is a really good question. There's a bit of back and forth about whether or not if you cast a healing spell on a zombie, it would do the opposite, it would do damage. I don't rule that way. Let's have a quick look. Let's read the spell again. So it's not raise dead, it's
Animate dead.
Animate dead.
Animate dead, yeah. So technically, if you fed them poison, then you could turn them into a god.
Exactly. So that doesn't make any
healing
sense.
potions hurts them.
So healing spells don't work on undead, but they can heal. Oh, and you can also use additional castings of animate dead to heal them.
Oh, no way.
Apparently.
Okay.
You can use that, and you can also... So the bard using hit dice... Sorry, let me rephrase this, sorry. So the bard using Song of Rest, zombies get hit dice, so because they're like under your control, they heal on rest, same as you do. Good berries would heal them. Potion of healing would work. If you've got the healer feat, that would work. But potions definitely work. I'm just looking through if there's anything else. Some people allow necrotic spells to heal them, like inflict wounds.
Yep.
I'm going to allow that. That actually makes a lot of sense because the necrotic damage, like you're empowering it. So if you have inflict wounds, the spell, you do, don't you?
I wouldn't be surprised. Let's have a sticky beak.
You can essentially use that as like a lay on hands for your zombies. So yeah, it's essentially like a cure wounds for you, but for your zombies. So that makes a lot of sense. I'm actually willing to rule that because it makes a lot of sense.
That's cool.
Okay.
So yeah, you can use inflict wounds to heal your zombie.
Good. I don't have that spell for some reason, but that's all right.
You don't have inflict wounds.
Willing to burn
like
a
go-to
first level
necrotic.
spell slot.
I have
Do you have
no
inflict
idea
wounds,
why.
do you, Shana?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. She walks up to Tibbles and just does a nice cash first level inflict wounds.
Go for it. Let's see how much health Tibbles gets back.
I swear, if Owen's trolling it and
No.
Tibbles just dies.
14. Perfect. So Tibbles is now up to 15 health.
Up to 15 health.
She's back to 15.
That's like
most of her health.
Wow.
22
Amazing.
health. Yeah, zombies have got a lot of health.
Yeah.
So as Shana comes over and concentrates, you watch as this black energy sort of writhes out of her hand and moves through Tibbles, and it starts knitting back together a lot of the work that you've done to reanimate Tibbles as this necrotic energy powers through, knits the body back together, and heals Tibbles.
Yervith's just going to look at Shana doing this, and I'm like, don't think I've ever seen you use that type of power before, Shana. Rather curious.
Undetected effect, I guess. I mean, usually when I do this, it hurts people a lot.
No, but I mean, that looks pretty nasty. That's pretty...
That's crazy. Like when I normally use this, it inflicts wounds, but today...
Yeah, it's a little bit gruesome. I tend not to use it too often because also I have to just get like really, really close, and I don't like that very much.
Shivers is just going to give Shana a hug and say, "Thank you. You have done a great thing here. You have done a good thing. I don't know how or why you knew that would work. I did not even know that would work, but we will make it.
I mean, if radiant healing spells heal, alive people, like why wouldn't necrotic spells heal dead people?
I need to research this. That is fascinating. I did not know of that. Oh, such fun.
As this is happening, Yervith is going to reach back into his mind and sort of just ask, Eleanor, would you like to come back? Sorry about how things ended up. And he's going to cast Summon and just summon Eleanor back.
Perfect. What color would you like Eleanor to be?
She's going to be white.
White.
Yeah.
As Eleanor is summoned back, this sort of frost coalescing around you, I will add a little token to Eleanor so that we know she is white. Maybe I'll add it to her name. Brackets.
Yay. Well, Yervith's eyes must look really weird right now.
Yeah, Yervith's eyes, the pupils are black, the iris is completely white, and then the outer sclera is completely white. It's super freaky.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, Yervith, you watch as Eleanor summons back in this ice and frost coalescing around you and then pushing out and forming Eleanor out of nothing as she sort of leaps back into the world from the spiritual plane where she normally resides and lands on the ground on all 4 feet, looks up at you and sort of nuzzles you a bit as you summon her back in.
Cool.
Jin sort of looking around and goes, well, sorry about your other friends, Shivers. Sorry about that.
Yes, it is sad to lose any of these fine shells. It is so important to at least, try to look after them as best we can. We are their wards until we can get them back to the catacombs. But I mean, well, they weren't very good people to begin with. So all things considered, it could be worse. In fact, I don't know why I care so much about Tibbles. I've just really bonded with her. She's lovely. Wasn't when she was alive, but now she's so pleasant.
I think death improved her. Yeah.
Greatly. Death improves us all.
I mean, I would insight check that, but I'm not going to.
Yeah. Yervith's going to take a quick second, and then he's going to be like, wait a second, he's going to hit.
Yeah, just takes a hot moment. So yeah, you guys can see the blood trail leading down that corridor and towards the open room where Yervith first walked into. Yervith 29, you get the sense in a spiritual sense he's referring to. It improves you in a spiritual sense because it allows you to experience another life in a new body and have access to your previous one. Yeah, it's a very religious.
Yervith then remembers he's talking to Shivers, and he's like, nothing to be too concerned about. Although he did see
guileless bone in his body.
I mean, he does think back to only a few moments ago where you had literal maggots and death coming out of your mouth. He's like, just sort of shakes his head. And
you really need to see a cleric. You need to see a cleric, Shivers. You need some Bahamut in your life.
It's gonna, I guess, well, now that that's over with, shall we continue on our way?
Yes. You said a trail? There was a trail?
Yeah, there was some bit of blood on the ground. Yeah.
Okay.
Yervith's gonna go up to this room here, and just look in and just see if there's anything untoward about this room.
Yervith, as you peer into the room, you can see that blood streaks the floor, and including that smeared trail leading back to the teleport chamber where you just came from. You can also see a second trail of bloody boot prints and drops of blood that have clearly fallen, making these small puddles heading up towards the corridor to the north of you, that pathway up towards the north. In the room itself, you can see a large round table, 4 chairs sitting in one corner of the room, and what look to be workbenches arranged along the walls with some shelves. And
is the blood congealing in the middle of the room? I think you mentioned that last week.
Yes, it is. Yeah, it is. Yep. There's a big pool of blood in the very middle of the room that is mostly congealed. You can also see, now that you've got a bit of a chance to look without danger suddenly jumping out at you, you can see that there are books and papers scattered all over the table in the top right-hand corner of the room there. And you can also see a wooden chest about the size of a shoebox with a large padlock on the front of it holding the latch closed.
Where's the chest?
On the table. Yeah,
on the table.
Mm.
Yervith is not super stoked about this blood congealing in the room. There was no general dip.
I should say this is where the Myrmidons came from.
Oh, okay.
When
cool.
you stepped in here, this is where they were, and it looked like they were in the process of, well, not in the process of, but yeah, you sort of like stepped to this room and like were looking into it and being really suspicious, and there was a lot of stuff in here. Now that you can look around, you can see the telltale signs of where the Myrmidons have come from. Scorch marks along the north wall. You can see a small pool of water in the south. Sections of rock where clearly something has broken through and moved into the wall. You get the sense this is actually where the Myrmidons were before they started attacking the zombies.
Right. Yervith is very cautiously going to enter the room, feeling as though knowing that the Myrmidons are this is probably where they originated from, and he's going to move very cautiously into the room.
Yervith, as you enter the room, you see what I described before. Nothing happens.
Beautiful. He's going to go check out that chest, though.
Yeah, as you head on over, you can see it's a very intricately carved wooden box. It looks to be maybe some sort of darker wood, maybe a stained cedar. This very ornate, very advanced-looking lock holding the contents of the chest hidden, keep them hidden and locked away. The latch itself looks to be made of some very sturdy, maybe like a banded iron, and there are loops of this around the chest. It looks like it would be very hard to break open.
Oh, Yervith is rubbing his hands together, though. The rogue in him is just like...
It's almost like I put this here for Yervith. Would you like to make a sleight of hand check using your thieves' tools?
Absolutely.
Oh, fantastic. Yeah, you do that.
That's an 18.
18. 18 is successful. Yay! As you open the box, you watch as inside this light flashes, and I need everyone in the room, except for Shana. Shana's not in the room. I need everyone in the room to make me a wisdom saving throw.
Oh,
I'm sorry, guys. I have to do it.
So good.
It had to happen.
It had to happen.
No, but this is okay. You're
great.
going to be very great. You're going to be very grateful for this. Shivers passes, Mira fails, Lockie fails, Yervith fails. All of you are now affected by the slow spell. You feel time slow down and begin to like congeal around you. Shivers, you just watch as everyone around you just suddenly goes, "What's in the box?" Like literally, it's like time has slowed down for them. For you guys who are being affected by the spell, Shivers and Shana are suddenly moving at hyperspeed. Can I have a roll for Eleanor too? I want to see if Eleanor passes, because that'd be really fun.
Yeah, sweet.
Because in like Yervith's mind, he'd hear Eleanor being like, "What is going on? What?" 11. Nah, Yervith's with you. Eleanor's with you. You're like, "What's going on?" And Eleanor just shrugs in slow motion. Shivers begins moving around the room. After how long does this last for? Oh my god. You can then make another save if you're affected by the spell. A creature affected by the spell makes another wisdom save at the end of each of its turns. Okay, so you can make a saving throw and then another saving throw. So you guys would eventually throw this off. After 10 seconds, the effect ends anyway.
Cool.
As they're all being, as everyone's slowed down, Shana wants to know what? Sorry, what do you want to know, Shana?
I was just gonna just because I had thought that the slow spell was gonna be a couple of minutes or whatever.
Yeah,
so I was just sort of while we're waiting, should we go look at these documents?
Yeah, you head on over and have a bit of a look. Shana, as you start poring over the documents, you can see that these documents are clearly from very, very long ago. They seem to reference locations that you've never heard of. They seem to reference events that you've got no context to understand. But a couple of things jump out at you. What I need to know is, can you roll me a history check? I want to see how much this stuff means to you and how much attention this grabs.
I would like to assist with that. I want to go have a look as well.
Shana, that's good, 'cause that's a 0. It's a natural 1. Shana, you can roll with advantage, unless Shivers wants to make a separate roll. Shivers, do you want to make a separate roll because your intelligence is a little bit higher than Shana's? So.
Sure. Okay.
Yeah, make a separate roll. I thoroughly recommend making a separate roll as the DM.
Was it investigation?
History.
History.
That's a 0 for Shana. Shana, as you look through this, you're just like, Oh, there's lots of words.
please.
Boop, boop, boop. Boop, boop, boop. Lots of words. Oh, I don't care about any of this. And you're just like, you don't give a shit. You just start pushing the papers away. You don't care. Shivers, 23. Natural 20 for a 23. This is fascinating. As you start looking through the documents, it seems to reference a time long, long ago, a time that not many people know a lot about. This dates back to pre-ruin. This is before the giants disappeared, before the gods fought one another, and before the world was broken and remade. These papers should have crumbled to dust centuries ago, but they haven't. They're perfectly preserved, as if they were written only yesterday. And that incongruity sort of like does jar your mind a little bit, and part of you is not sure whether or not these are legitimate or a very good forgery. If they're legitimate, some magic has preserved this location down here, preserved everything down here spotlessly. If they're a forgery, they're a damn good one. You see references to locations, again, that you don't recognize, names you've never heard before. There's descriptions of the Azure Archipelago. You have no idea what that is, but there's clearly some sort of like thing going down there. This document seems to talk about the need for more spellcasters called to the area of the Azure Archipelago to help quell a demonic incursion. You read through this, sounds really serious. Move over to the next page, have a bit read through, and it references tensions with the giants seem to be growing worse. Day after day, more land is claimed by these other races, and the giants feel their world shrinking around them. Sort of seems out of context. You move and start looking through other sections, and then you see a note at the very, very bottom, handwritten. A plan has been devised. The world is not big enough for us all. And then at the very bottom, a cabal of gods has decided to take action, led by Tiamat.
Oh, fuck. Did you say a cabal of gods?
A cabal of gods has been formed, led by Tiamat.
And that's implied to take action against the giants?
That's the implication that you get with a natural 20, 23. Yep, you get the sense that yes. And you remember, Shivers, you know a little bit about the history of Nostea. You know that this was the giants' homeworld. It's the home plane. This is where giants originated from. All of the other races on Nostea,
oh fuck,
you're all from other places. You're not from here.
And are giants, historically speaking, seen as being bad guys? Or
No,
just...
there's a lot of mystery around the giants. The all that's left behind, what happened to the giants and where they went is probably one of the biggest mysteries of Nostea. Overnight, one day, every single giant, except for the hill giants, vanished. All of their technology that powered Nostea stopped working overnight. And a lot of their sky castles just crashed. Some of them didn't, and that's a part of the mystery. Why did some of the tech fail? Why did some of the tech not fail? What's going on? It's one of the big mysteries. Giants aren't really seen as either good or bad. It's more, they're kind of seen as almost a cautionary tale sometimes used. I would say within the priesthood, they're seen as a bit of a cautionary tale. Meddle with real powerful magic, and there can be real powerful consequences. But no one actually knows what happened to the giants. No one knows. They disappeared centuries ago. And what is agreed is that whatever happened to the giants, not long after is when the ruin occurred, when the gods began fighting one another. And so there's always been a bit of an assumption amongst scholars, and probably, and this is where your history comes in, being one of the priests of Mors Sacris. There's a lot of debates about theology and about where the gods, their place in hierarchy, and where Xonthal sits. Yeah, not long after the giants disappearing did the ruin manifest. Did the gods fight one another on the surface of Nostea and ruin the world, break the world. It's generally agreed that probably those events are linked, but no one has any idea how or why.
If I were to roll a religion check, could I get any information on what would be the most likely group of gods to have formed a cabal to have done something about this?
Yes, you can. Absolutely, you can roll me a religion check, Shivers, and I'm going to give you advantage given your background as
That's
a priest.
Spicy one.
17, 14. 17's good. Shivers. There's already a well-known group of gods sealed away following the events of the ruin that spring to mind very easily. The Betrayer gods. You know that there are a group of gods who had banded together and who have been cast out and banished from the world as being evil. Asmodeus, the god of power. Bane, the god of conquest. Baal, the god of murder. Rumush, the god of destruction. Lolth, the goddess of spiders and deception. Merkel, the god of decay. Tharizdun, the god of madness. Tiamat, the goddess of tyranny. Vecna, the god of evil secrets. And Zahir, god of darkness and disease. They are the Betrayer gods.
Yikes.
They are sealed away forever, no longer able to access Nostea, according to religious scripture.
Excuse me, guys. I think I have found something.
What
it might be.
The rest of them are still slowed. They're still slow. But no, I'd say by the end of this, the slow spell ends, and all of you who were affected by the slow spell end. Yervith, there's some treasure in that chest. I'll tell you about in a second, but we'll let Raph do this.
Yay! That's good.
I think these papers might be a little important. I don't know that they are very old, but what is written on them at any rate is very very old. I just had a quick look through. I kind of passed them out. It says that some gods, I think probably the Betrayer gods make the most sense, but it says that some gods, well, it doesn't say, it implies that some gods may actually be the reason why the giants are no longer around. Lockie, I feel like that might be important for you. I'm a very cloistered little cat. I live on an island and I just look after dead people. So I don't really understand much of any of this, but if the gods had got rid of the giants, I don't think that that's common knowledge. Is that common knowledge?
No, I mean, it's an unknown topic. No one knows why the giants vanished.
Oh, here, read this. Look at this.
Wow. Oh.
There it is. Right there on the last page. Look at that.
Yeah, absolutely.
You don't remember? Doesn't jog your memory? This.
Does it?
Lockie, I need you to roll me a history check, please.
Can I use my 1 a day critical success?
Oh, your Mind of Metal. Yes, you can.
Yeah.
You haven't used it already? I don't
think I have used it today.
I don't think you have used it. No. Okay.
Well,
Lockie, Mind of Metal. As you focus and concentrate, your recent experiences being thrown back through your own memories, the pathway that you have to walk through your memories to find this information seems all too easy. And as you reach back, you remember something. Right before you were sent inactive for a very long time, right before your processes were shut down for a very long time, your chronometer was quite banged up by this event, and you actually don't know how long you were knocked out for. You remember something occurring around sort of the mid-afternoon of what was otherwise a very normal day. A sound, high-pitched, rising as if from the depths of the earth itself, and a light on the horizon, growing brighter and brighter. And as the sound became louder and louder and brighter, something within you snapped. And for a moment, you felt like you were being pulled or pushed elsewhere. And then you remember a hand placed upon your chest, a large giant hand placed upon your chest, and darkness. And the next thing you remember is waking up to Shana accidentally reactivating you, the skyship.
Actually, I do. It appears.
Wario.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know many of the details, but there was certainly a cataclysmic event before I went to sleep for a long time, so.
Oh.
this explains that, I suppose.
What? Speaking of cataclysmic events, what happened before with you when you?
Yeah, I was going to ask, Lockie. I've never seen you that come over you before. Are you okay?
I just assumed that was normal.
No, we've not seen that before.
Seen what?
Oh dear.
I mean, I know I got knocked out. We've never seen that before. I mean,
Well, you didn't get knocked out. You just kept going. And your eyes.
You got back up. Your eyes went red. You were in like some sort of attack mode. It was quite scary.
as in I was like doing my punches or throwing out spells. Like
no, your armor retracted backward on itself. It was like you'd gone full attack mode. I think they were blades.
Mm.
Blades in my armor
Coming out of you.
Yeah.
We didn't recognize you.
I mean, I did have an idea a while ago for a type of armor, but this one seemed more useful. But
Well, it's like you're normally quite armored, correct? It was like this mode switched. You went into an attack mode, and it seemed like you sacrificed all of your armor for offense. It's surprising that you don't remember this, but I guess you had taken a pretty substantial injury.
I don't know what to say. I guess I feel slightly embarrassed.
No, there's nothing to be embarrassed about. It's just rather curious, that's all.
So am I. I mean, I guess it was possible that there are sort of sub-processes in place that I'm not aware of. That's always been a possibility, but I've never come across any, so this is...
Any internal log or memory of, I don't know, events that happen within your body that you know of?
Perhaps, do you remember any of your other Giant Forge? Has this ever happened to any of your companions in the past, if you can remember that far back?
I don't think so. I know there were other Giant Forged. I mean, I remember recruiting them. I remember training them. I remember vetting them. I don't believe we were created for war, if that's what you mean. I mean, we were compatriots or builders or logs of information or occasionally playmates for giant children.
Seems strange then, considering something within you activated when you went down.
Yes, and you very clearly handled yourself quite well in a fight.
I mean, if you live as long as I do, young cat, you learn a thing or two, but no.
It's so good and so dismissive simultaneously. Mwah.
Yeah.
Mwah, good
No, I'm just joking, my friend. I suppose this worries me. Was I on your side?
We couldn't tell.
We kept our distance as best we could.
I think until I know more, that's a good idea. Because I have no memory, therefore I have no control. And that worries me. Because if there's something going on and I become indiscriminate about who I'm attacking...
Well, did you think that you were attacking enemies? Or what were you... What did you see?
Well, I lost myself in a memory. A very long ago memory of well, I suppose, from context, it was the first elves to come to Nostea.
The first elves?
Yes. We had a large, I suppose it was a portal device that we were testing or something along those lines, and we opened it up, and what began pouring through, I guess, is the ancestors of the elves, refugees from another place.
Huh. Okay. I have questions, but I believe that may have to be answered another time. We still have a wizard to find.
We do indeed.
Oh,
Can
yes.
I just say, I love I have questions that need answering, and I need a wizard. It's just loving someone had to make it.
Somewhere out there in Nostea, there's a very high level wizard on a white horse.
Yeah. Can I just say though, I'm pretty sure in the books it takes Gandalf like 3 to 4 years to find out in the archives about the One Ring, doesn't it? Like it takes him a while.
No, it's a long time. Is it? I thought it was more.
Nuts.
It might be more.
I think it's like 30.
No.
It's pretty huge, yeah. I'm pretty sure.
He's like, he forgot his reading glasses back at the Shire, and he's like, oh, I have to carry on without. Oh.
Actually, yeah,
that does sound familiar.
That does ring a bell.
Maybe it was 30. I can't believe it's 30. That's amazing.
Well, it's lived for so long.
Well, because Frodo like grew up, didn't he?
How did Denethor put up with him for so long? Denethor's fucking insane, and he like let Gandalf look through the archives of Mysteria for 30 years.
I was wrong. It's 17. Let's cut the
17.
difference.
That's still
Still,
No,
yeah.
It takes a long time to do anything in that particular universe.
So between the party and Gandalf going, I need to research this. It's 17 years, and then they go on their quest, and that's like a couple of months.
Yeah, that's pretty funny.
It takes a year.
Yeah.
I mean,
and if
look,
they're taking the
time
Eagles,
spent on reconnaissance is seldom wasted.
Right.
That's what they say.
all right, sorry, I'll pass back over to you guys. Sorry, couldn't resist.
No, it's all good.
As a note, should we take a short rest while we're discussing?
I mean, I could definitely go for one if you guys can.
I think I need to repair some things. As he turns around to view the damage, another cog just like ding, 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 ding. Oh, that's it.
Well, yes, I think a short rest would be in order. I can take the time to count through whatever is in this box.
So we give Jin a short rest.
And I will gather up the rest of the papers and I'll read through them as well, just in case there's something else been missed.
7 HP. I'm just going to do Jin's short rest as well.
Yeah.
Sure.
Oh, I've already used one hit dice.
Okay.
Roll.
6, 8.
Oh my god.
Probably use one more.
Oh, no, it's only.
11.
I shouldn't do that.
I think I'm just gonna roll freaking
all of them.
There you go.
Yes,
Oh wow.
I'm gonna roll.
Oh, that's better.
31. Oh my god.
That's better.
You guys are rolling nice.
I cannot even find my hit dice.
Jin is back up to full health. And
Short
he's
rest?
only used. Yeah, he's only used
short rest.
4 of his
Short
dice.
rest. Thank you.
There we go. Alrighty, so as you guys take a short rest, that's only an hour, so it's not too long as you sort of like tuck yourselves in the corner, begin sitting at the table, looking through the notes. You can spend a bit more time to actually examine this further. Because you are taking the short rest, what would you guys like to do? Is anyone wanting to examine the papers a bit more? Is anyone working on anything particular? Talk me through the short rest.
Yervith's probably just looking through the chest that he opened previously.
Yeah, Yervith. As you pour through the chest, you find 3 scrolls. As you read through them, you have no idea what these scrolls do, not being proficient in spells of any nature. Off the top of your head, can you make me an Arcana check to see if you can figure out what these scrolls do?
Yeah, Arcana. My best.
Your best stat. That's a 1.
Oh no.
Yervith, you have found 3
These are
scrolls.
worthless.
One of them is a wish spell, you're pretty sure. One of them looks like maybe a teleportation circle, and you reckon one of them, you've heard of this thing called a Sphere of Annihilation.
Oh my god.
You reckon it could be? It could be. As you were poring over this, Shivers, you sort of happen to glance over, as a wizard trained in the wizarding arts, you look and you're like, 2 scrolls of protection against fire elementals and 1 scroll of protection against earth elementals.
Oh, that would have been useful.
but you would have been hit by the slow spell.
Yeah,
so
that would have been not good.
this is my way of balancing out the slow spell.
Anything else? Or is it just the scrolls?
Just 3 scrolls.
Nah, that's cool. All good.
Actually, another interesting thing happens. As you pull the scrolls out, the chest locks itself again.
That's kind of cool.
That's kind of useful.
Yeah. The chest looks like it could hold more than 3 scrolls. You reckon maybe there was once more stuff in here, but
I'm gonna take. How big is the chest? Do you reckon I could take that with
shoebox.
us? Put it in the bag of holding.
Yeah, bag of holding.
Jin opens up the bag of holding, takes out some pastries, and you put the shoebox chest in. goes in. You close it up. You close it
Put
up.
that box inside another box.
Yeah.
We should probably take
Unfortunately,
these
this is a
documents.
box of holding. You watch as an astral plane portal.
Oh,
I'm kidding.
TPK.
Yeah, we survived the Myrmidon
Do you know what?
encounter.
Though,
We get
as
TPK,
you
that's
fly
what
into astral space, you see the dark entity that's swallowing the stars before you.
Oh.
I'm hungry. No.
I just hand the scrolls to the spellcasters. I just say, I know what these are. You take them.
Well,
Oh,
Shivers
spellcaster,
Shivers is a
yeah.
wizard. Shivers can turn
What do
these
you
into
mean?
spells in his spellbook.
What spells?
I can utilize these. Yes,
I just
especially the what are they again? I'll look at them.
I'll paste them back in chat. It is a spell scroll. 2 scrolls of protection against fire elementals, 1 scroll of protection against earth elementals.
Yes,
What
the
you
earth
needed
elemental one will be
exactly an
very
hour ago.
Yeah.
useful.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say that I'm a spellcaster per se. I just dabble in a bit of bushcraft.
Bush. I like that. Bush.
Yes.
Can I heal Tibbles on a short rest at all? Does she?
Yes,
get
she can roll a hit
points?
dice. She has exactly 1 hit dice, which is a d6. Would you like to roll a d6?
I will roll a d6. I'm also going to send her just into 1. She gets 1. I'm going to send her just up into this little corridor, little junction area up here, just as like a guard lookout while we're chilling, doing our own thing.
As Tibbles moves up the corridor, Shivers, you can sort of see a little bit where she's looking as well. You can see the corridor continues towards the north. A set of stairs actually lead it up towards a slightly higher section. And that corridor continues all the way down to what looks like maybe a T intersection. But right where Tibbles is standing, in the northwestern corner of the room, there's actually another small passageway leading off to a large ornate wooden door. You can see that the door is marked with what look to be symbols of the 4 elements. Bounded by a ring of runes. You can see a vortex of air, a maelstrom of water, this intense inferno of flame, and then what looks to be some massive like explosion of shards of stone, carved in relief on this wooden door just off towards the northwest.
Where are the blood? Where's the blood going?
The blood continues up the stairs towards the north. You can see that the footsteps, they're not bloody footprints. They're footprints marked with blood around the base. So it looks like, Yervith with his natural tracking abilities, Yervith, and you've had a bit of a chance to examine these before. Whoever's leaving these footprints has been badly injured. They are bleeding out and they are moving down this corridor. You can see that it's probably a humanoid in form, but much more than that, all you can tell is that if all this blood is theirs, they've lost a lot of blood.
Yeah.
How old does the blood look?
Partially congealed. So, couple of hours.
That's like a couple hours, yeah.
Oh, fuck.
If someone's losing that much blood at that rate,
We need
would
to
they
move
have
quickly.
any left?
Oh, we just had a short rest, so
Yeah.
Yeah.
we're just
Not
kicking
anymore.
back. We're just like,
Hey,
yeah, it's fine.
Maybe if we hustle.
remember?
Yeah, true.
You can bring him back, right?
Yeah, we got,
Yeah.
we got things for that, right?
Yeah.
Just within 10 minutes, yeah. So maybe if we hightail it.
Yeah, Yervith's just gonna pick up the pace and
Yeah.
sort
Can-
of follow the footprints.
Shana's going to try and keep pace with Yervith in case they're in time.
As well.
Yeah, so do you guys want to head down the corridor to the north? You're going to avoid this little side antechamber?
Can I just
For
linger?
right now, yes.
It's elemental magic. I just had
It
to
is
linger by the
elemental
door there just for a minute. I just want to.
Yeah.
And I'll stay back as well, just as
What are you
so
thinking?
she's not left on her own.
Just because it's elemental magic, Mira is kind of attracted to that sort of thing. Can I just kind of just reaches out a hand and just like senses what's going on? Can she hear anything, sense anything behind the door?
Mira, as you press your ear up against the door and focus, closing your eyes, thinking, you can hear what sounds like the wind rushing through, but it's got a strange echo to it, as if it's on the other side of a window or the other side of some sort of barrier. It's like a storm, but quieter, contained almost, coming from inside the room.
Hell no.
I'm
gonna. I think I know where that air elemental went.
Oh. Let's leave that door shut.
Yeah. Is there a way I can block it? So it's made of wood, right?
Made of wood, yeah.
Okay. Is there a bolt or something?
No, not on the outside of the door. Maybe on
Does
the
the
inside.
door open inwards or outwards?
It opens into the corridor. It opens towards you guys.
Oh, okay. Is the ground made of stone and stuff?
Yes.
Or like earth? Could
Yes.
I possibly use mold earth to sort of like just make a door stop?
Yeah, absolutely. Of course you can. Yeah, of course you can.
Yeah.
Mold Earth is
Brilliant.
full. Yeah. I mean, obviously, it's going to be an absolute barrier to any elemental made of air.
It'll stop, it's resistance,
Yeah, air can't go through doors.
Leave this place.
Yeah, air can't just go through the bottom
Air
bit,
can't go through
grab
doors. You're fine.
everything.
Yeah, of course you can.
No,
I'm not there. I'm not
no.
there. You don't hear any of this.
No, Shana's got a point. You know those things that go across the bottom of doors to make sure
The
air
door
doesn't get in?
snake.
The door snake. No.
You making a door snake out of mold earth?
The door snake is making a door snake. The door Yuan-Ti is making a door snake. Oh no. Well, we found our
It's now
TikTok.
turned into a
That's our
crew
TikTok.
of-
That's our TikTok.
Clip that.
Clip that.
Add that to your resume. Business snake and door snake.
Business snake and door snake. Yeah, Shana, you move up to the door. You just make a little barrier of stone to block the door. You
You're
can
a
hear as
As
well.
long as
Just,
I don't have to be a drain snake, I'm happy.
Are you just becoming a door salesman? Is this a door sales snake? Is that?
I mean, they are door snakes.
yeah, they are. Yeah. Oh my lord.
Sorry to any door salesmen out there.
Yeah, sorry guys. I'm sure you're all lovely.
Alright.
I'm happy with that.
Yeah.
Go see if this guy's still alive.
Nothing.
Do we have to? There's literally a man dying
Oh no,
up the
no.
corridor.
I
Yes.
agree. I just don't want anything to get through there, so the door snake will stop it.
Well, we can
I
either
really
deal with
hope
it.
that he honors his last wishes of giving you all this mask if he is dead. Hopefully we can still make a good thing out of this not so good thing for him at any rate.
Let's just.
We should go.
Yeah, let's go quickly.
Yervith is going to begin moving down the corridor, not at a brisk pace, but also keeping an eye out
Alrighty.
in case there's any other dangers.
You have now entered my favorite room.
Oh fuck.
The steps descend to a walkway that appears to stretch across infinite space. Thousands of stars twinkle in unfamiliar constellations, and meteors streak through the vastness above and below the pathway. Just past the base of the stairs, a door framed by nothingness rises from the path. 50 feet beyond that, the path meets an intersection with another door straight ahead. For all intents and purposes, as you step into this room, it feels like you are stepping into astral space. You can see around you there are no walls, no ceiling, no floors, just this single pathway, stretching. No longer made of stone, but seemingly made of light, with streaks of coloured lights through it, almost like a rainbow bridge, as you begin crossing the vast emptiness of space. As you turn back around you, the room that you just came from is still there, just hovering as if empty in the middle of nowhere.
Owen,
Hello.
is there still blood on the floor?
Yeah, there is. Yeah,
Ruining the illusion a little bit that there's like this little bit of blood.
Well, no, but the rainbow bridge you're walking on, it looks like it's made of light, but you can see like stains of blood, almost like, and the light shining through has this very red glow where it's shining through the blood stains and the blood footsteps. Yeah, this doesn't look illusional.
I love that. Yervith is just like, nah, it's all about realism. Nah, I'm just not going to look at the follow the blood.
If it bleeds,
Kill it.
But yeah, as you step past the corridor, it continues on, and then up towards the right, you can see on the right hand, just standing in nothingness, right where Yervith is standing right now, there is just this door. Again, beautiful carved wood. This time, rather than the elements carved upon it, you can see a series of what look to be intricate flowers carved and vine work carved through the door, again in this bas relief pattern. And the door's just floating in empty space as stars twinkle around you, Yervith, and you can see galaxies swirling below you. As you look down through the light, you can see this vast galaxy swirling and moving beneath your feet. This moment of vertigo hits you. As you look around, you're fully inside this space right now.
Is it orientated as though it's from our planet, though? Like, if you're looking out, are all the constellations still the same?
Very, very good question. Can I please have a history or arcana check, please?
You can.
Yeah.
I'm wondering if this is like a 3D observatory sort of concept.
25. Shivers. This is not from the perspective of Nostea. As you look, the galaxies, the stars, the constellations aren't quite familiar. It's somewhere near to Nostea. Near enough that there's some similarities, but not close enough to be identical. In fact, Shivers, as you look closely, you can see where Nostea should be.
Oh shit.
So if I can see...
Yeah, over towards
if
the far
I can
side.
see where that
Sorry,
is.
yeah, no, you go.
From that position of where Nostea should be, is there another planet or another moon or something that we would be centered on at the moment then?
Potentially.
Or are we
yes.
out like floating?
You're not sure. You could just be floating. As you look down, you can't see any land beneath you, any planets beneath you. You look like you're just floating in astral space, walking along this bridge made of light, this coloured light. And Shivers, there is a constellation, not a constellation, sorry, a solar system just over yonder, down the corridor and off towards the left as you look towards the northwest part of the corridor, that looks like the Nostean solar system. You can see the planet with the twin moons orbiting it, and then you can see other planets orbiting this star as well, moving around slowly.
Can I drop something off the bridge?
Yes, you can. What are you going to drop?
Ah, shit, what have I got? What's something totally useless that I own?
Tibble's finger.
Piece?
I'm going to drop my spell book. No.
Tibbles!
I'm going to drop one ration off the side.
But as he's holding out to drop it, I'm just going to
Jin reaches into his bag of holding, takes out a pastry and hands you a pastry, Shivers.
Okay.
Oh, that is good.
Thank you, chat. Tell her. Thank you, chat. Chat just saved you losing shit. They call that pastry, so you get it. Yeah, that's that. I saw that. Pastries instead.
So we've got a lit up pastry now. I'm going to drop it off the side.
You watch as it disappears from sight, falling into nothingness.
Oh, that is fascinating.
Okay.
The light disappears?
No, the light. No. The pastry disappears.
No, he casts light on it.
Oh, yeah. You watch as the light just fades away as it falls, seemingly into nothingness.
Whoa.
Yervith wants to shoot an arrow into it just because.
Yes, absolutely.
What if we're in an astral dreadnought
Shivers,
right now?
can you please roll me? Actually, I'll do it. It's all good. I'll do it. Can you guys see that roll?
Yeah.
Yep.
Damn.
19s.
That's okay. That's fine. That's all. I just need to know that. So carry on.
When I dropped it, did it fall at a normal gravitational rate? Like if I grab another pastry and lob it?
Yeah, if you lob it, it moves much, much quicker. So, and you notice as well, Yervith's fully in this corridor now. Yervith, it's beginning to feel quite cold, and the air seems a bit thinner here. As you breathe in, you're not getting that full lungful. And as you take a bit of a step, Yervith, gravity is definitely weaker in here.
Oh, really?
Are we in actual astral space right now?
You don't know.
Fuck, this is weird.
I think
People are calculating the expansion of the universe measured in pastries per second.
Shivers is going to
Oh,
jump.
if I could give chat inspiration, I would. That's brilliant.
Shivers!
Shivers is jumping upwards, not off, just straight up.
Shivers, you jump up and then slowly float back down again.
Should be able to come back this way, yes?
I
think
hope so.
so.
This is very interesting.
As much
Nothing
as
about this makes sense, Shana.
I'm just thinking, as much as I want to spend more time in this place because damn, this place is damn interesting, we need to see if we can reach this guy alive if we're not already too late.
I need to get to the end of the corridor.
Don't think of it as the end of the corridor. Think of it as down. The gate is down.
Down?
Yes. Yes.
I jump forwards. Not off the bridge, towards the door.
I figured.
Yeah.
Shivers, as you leap up the stairs and then land on the rainbow bridge again, made of light. Yeah, you get up towards the door, standing with Yervith now. This door is just floating,
really
just standing in mid-space. You can look around it. There's nothing on the other side, but it is just sitting there in middle of.
Does it look like the blood continue? Does the blood trail continue north, or does it stop at this door?
It looks like the blood trail continues north.
Okay, I'm gonna continue after the blood trail.
I follow behind.
And I'm gonna take like bounding sets now. Like, ooh.
Okay, perfect. As you guys get a little bit further, suddenly you watch as out of the depths of space, these tiny little motes of rock begin peppering the pathway. One of them smashes through a section of the light bridge, creating a hole that slowly begins to reseal. I need the two of you who are up the front to make me a dexterity saving throw to avoid being hit by these micro meteors. 24 is good, Yervith. That's a good roll. 15 is good. That's good. You both dodge. As you sort of duck and move away from this cracking through the light, this little swarm of tiny meteors passes by without any further incident.
Okay, I'm going to run.
Yeah, I'm gonna run too.
I do not like this.
I'm running.
Don't like this at all.
Why are you guys so scared? It's very hard to run in low gravity, so like you're sort of like doing this
I'm
weird,
gonna,
like,
I'm gonna
hopping
take
jump.
Lockie's advice and run into the floor. Like I'm aiming.
No. So
Yeah.
down, as you run and jump, you put your feet up towards the door. You drift through. I'm thinking about zero gravity, not low
I
gravity.
fall on my
Yeah.
face.
I don't want to jump too
Zero
high though, because I
gravity.
don't want to overshoot the door and go beyond it.
And never stop.
Shivers is on hands and feet and using the sides of the walkway like a
There
rail,
are no
and
sides of
is
the
kind
walkway.
like-
There's no sides of the walkway. It's just the floor. There are no walls.
How does snake movement
I will-
work?
Yeah, it's a good question. We're getting to that.
That's a good question.
Shana, snakes can't really move in low gravity very easily.
No.
Yeah, how does that work?
As Shana pushes herself, she just like starts floating up and drifting, her tail like flopping down underneath her, and then as you like concentrate, you slowly sink back down again, and like you are able to get some motility, but it's not easy.
Can I use Eldritch Blast and fire it at the wall behind me and push myself
Nice.
forward with the opposite reaction?
I don't like Owen's face.
Shana, of course you can. I'm going to need you to roll me to see how effective you are at pointing in a straight line, because you are holding your hand out. It is not going to be very accurate at pushing you straight. Could I please have
What
you
am I
roll?
rolling?
Roll me a spell attack first. We'll see how good the spell attack is.
Fuck.
I'm just waiting for Shana to just like absolutely yeet herself off the side of this thing. Just disappear into space. Natural 20. Shana's just like buzz fucking snake Aldrin.
She's a space snake, alright?
Space snake.
Space snake.
These are all the
This
crypts
is
you
one
didn't get
small
last week.
slither for Yuan-Ti. One small slither for me. One giant slither for Yuan-Ti kind. Shana just starts absolutely like propelling herself along the pathway. Backwards, I should note. Backwards. Shana, you yeet yourself down the corridor using Eldritch Blast. You find yourself propelled towards the far wall. You are able to slow yourself down somewhat as Yervith like catches you a little bit, but yeah.
By the tail.
This image of the tail like a streamer behind.
Yeah. It is, yeah.
That scene
But,
from
like-
Robin Hood where he's in the balloon. Just...
I imagine it's like one of those like inflatable like guy like things at the front of the shop that is like this. It's like your tail.
Nat 20, that was a good time to get a nat 20. Let me just say that was good timing for the nat 20 as you yeet yourself down the corridor. As you guys sort of reach the end of the corridor, you can see the room actually closes off again, and as you pass through the borders of this area at the end of the corridor, you're back inside the dungeon again. You're back inside the depths of this undercroft underneath this tower. But as you turn back and look behind you, you still see the depths of infinite astral space stretching before you. There is something very weird about this hallway.
Have you been down here before, Shivers? This seems excessive.
I did not know. I have not left my chambers.
This
This
was
is.
below you the whole time.
I know it is fascinating, and it is old. It is as old as the building. It must be, and if the telescope is the same age, who owned this place? It was some old wizard, wasn't it?
I believe so, yes. Isn't it passed down from wizards to wizards?
I mean, I know we were joking before about the whole occupational, we're here to inspect the tower and everything, but really, I mean, there's a lot going on.
There's a lot of death traps here. It is disconcerting.
Yeah.
Should definitely be shut down.
Speaking of death traps, we need to find the dying person.
Yes.
Oh,
Where
yeah.
does the blood go? Let me have a look. Where does the blood go, Owen?
You can see that the blood trail leads towards the left-hand side, down the corridor towards a door in the left.
Yervith continues doggishly after this blood.
Bloodhound.
Bloodhound.
Yeah. Yervith, you reach a large door, this one marked with a series of hourglasses in various locations, turned in different directions.
He's going to try and open the door, first of all.
Yeah, as you go to open it, the door seems locked.
Is there a particular pattern to the hourglasses? Are they in like in any particular order, or?
Oh yes, Yervith. Can you make me a insight check or investigation check?
Definitely got to be an insight check.
23. Yervith, as you begin studying, they're the hours of the day as told by an hourglass. Basically, it starts at 0, and then as the sand moves around each of the locations, you can see that it's slowly filling up until it reaches back to the full hourglass, and then it turns to become the top one. You can see that actually the whole hourglass emblem here can actually be rotated. This section of wood, this carving, is actually on a rotatable wooden circle inside the door.
Some sort of puzzle. He's gonna. Is the dial of this wood like orientated in any particular position at the moment? Like, what is it in relation to
normal hourglass, so empty at the top, slowly fills up with sand until it gets back around, and then flips over to refill.
Yervith's gonna spin the dial like around.
So a full 180 degrees?
Yep.
Yervith, you spin the dial a full 180 degrees. That's what you hear.
He's gonna try the door again.
Door swings open.
Hey.
It's annoying because you don't know what you did. It's frustrating for me because you don't know what you did. As you step inside the room, you can see a pale human form pressed up against one of the walls. Shivers, you recognize this as Iskander.
Hello, Iskander. Are you doing okay?
He's dead, isn't he?
There's no response from the figure. The blood trail ends and a pool of dark blood pools at his feet. Clutched in his hands is a blue object, half covered by his cloak, but with sharp edges sticking out from the side.
Is the body still warm?
Oh, you going in?
Oh,
Yeah.
I assume that we
I
had.
will be. Yeah, I'd be
I
going
think
in
Shana
to check
would.
on him.
Yeah.
Who's going?
I think Yervith would probably
I'm going in.
scan the room first.
Yeah, Yervith. As you have a bit of a look in the room, you see 2 massive hourglasses taking up the entire space of this irregularly shaped chamber. I mean, like, the globes themselves are 15, 20 feet across, each hourglass rising almost to the ceiling limit, which is 30 feet overhead. They're suspended by chains, pulleys, gears, and it looks like it can actually be turned to change the position to allow sand to fall through. And slumped against the far wall, you can see the body of a humanoid in dark black and purple robes. They seem to be charred and torn, and you can see he's clutching this blue, almost like a scale-like looking object in his hands against his cloak.
I'm going to run over to him.
Shivers, as you run over and get to the body, you can see that Iskander seems to have passed away. Clutched in his hand is a mask made of blue dragon scale.
Is the one
Very
we were studying?
draconic. Yes, it is the mask you were studying. Draconic, large horns moving out from it. Beautifully made, but something... same as always. This thing always gave you the creeps, Shivers. It looks almost too realistic.
Shana, get a bead on how long he's been dead for. Like, is he in full rigor? Is it past? Like,
Ooh, can I have a medicine check, please, Shana? You get many medicine checks in this campaign?
No, that's a good one.
Nice.
flat roll.
19.
Flat roll, 19. That's good.
Shana, you get the sense that... So first off, I'll describe his wounds in a bit more detail. He has been burnt. There is a sliver of what looks to be this jagged shard of rock speared through one of his thighs, and that's probably where some of this blood has come from. It looks like it actually nicked his femoral artery.
That's not good.
He bled out probably 2-3 hours ago.
Damn it, too long.
Couldn't, yeah.
Well, to be
We would
fair,
have missed that anyway, I think.
No.
yeah, we would have missed it anyway. Even if we'd gone straight here, I think we would have missed him.
Yeah. Well,
I've been keeping track of time. Not necessarily.
No.
Oh, really?
There are because for things you don't know, not necessarily.
I mean, should I know we didn't quite do our job, but should we at least relieve him of the mask?
Oh, yes, I think he would not begrudge you for that.
Is there anything we can do, Shivers, though?
Oh, yes, I'm going to take him with us. Don't you worry about that. He's coming back with me.
Is there,
But-
I was going to say, before
Yes, no,
Well,
please go.
No, I was just wondering about these hourglasses.
So am I.
Maybe there's something we can do here with these.
What are you thinking, Yervith? I've had a thought.
Well, I think I kind of fluked the door. Not gonna lie, didn't quite know
What?
what I was doing there.
What did you do for the door, though? You turned that all the way around,
Well,
yes?
I just figured hourglasses, you usually tip them up to reset the sand dial. I thought if I did that, maybe something would happen. I didn't expect it to actually work.
Well, let's try that here, then. If it works on the door, why would it not work on the bigger ones?
It's also
I mean, how
partly
do we-
my fault. I thought through this puzzle and I didn't think through the consequences of something else happening with that puzzle, and I only realized it as you were saying, "Oh, just turn it upside down." I'm like, ah. Yeah.
I mean, it's like you ever put a seat on an hourglass before? You would have been like, yeah, you just flip it up.
Yeah, I mean, there's chains and pulleys on each of the hourglasses, the two massive hourglasses. It looks like you can rotate them to allow the sand to fall through again.
Okay. Well,
Maybe
okay.
it's
Oh, let me
worth a
describe the
try.
sand as well. Sorry, I did.
Oh,
skip
that's
over the sand.
important.
As you have a bit of a closer look, it was hard to see because the warping of the glass and the light was outside the room, but as you brought it in, the sand inside glitters almost like gold. This shine comes off it. It almost looks like this orangey yellow glow as it reflects the light. Tiny crystals. It's very beautiful.
Is the room as well, just in general, like kind of like the other areas of the tower that we've been in, like in terms of the
Same
stonework,
worked
the
stone.
general.
Yeah, absolutely. Although, yeah, but you do notice it is in the shape of an hourglass.
Yeah. Or a lemniscate, if you're so inclined.
What?
The infinity symbol.
Could
That's
be
what's
an
called.
Oh
aurora.
yeah,
Lemniscate.
sure.
Lemon skit.
Ouroboros Infinity, yeah. Huh. Maybe we should try. I mean, I don't know what the sand is. It's not normal colored sand.
Yeah. Let's give it a go. What's the time before we begin? Is there any way to see outside to the sun or anything on the sides?
You are deep underground. As far as you know, you don't actually. I should say the teleporters, as far as you know, work up and down. But that's as far as you know. You could be really deep. You could be somewhere else entirely. For all you know, you could be on the moon.
Yeah.
Fair
I
enough.
mean, based off the astral plane outside.
Yeah, are we on the moon?
Good idea.
Before
I
everyone
haven't said
starts
anything.
mucking around with the hourglasses, just at the beginning of all this fuckery, Shivers is going to lie. What was his name again, Owen? Forgotten. My patron.
Iskander.
Iskander.
Oh.
I'm going to lie him down on the ground and do a ritual cast of Animate Dead on him.
10 minutes.
Yes, the 10.
Okay. Are you guys not touching the hourglasses for 10 minutes while Shivers does this, or are you fucking?
No. They can fuck around with it.
Oh,
just
so you're
gonna
going to
be-
start the ritual. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So Shivers, you.
Oh, so in case like anything happens, okay.
Yeah.
Just in case.
Sounds good.
All right.
Okay.
All right. Well, do we have at least a measure of the time that we would suppose it is, I suppose? See if we can...
Oh. Fire off.
He'll be back.
So
He'll be back.
time
He's just
piece
doing
in
the ritual
bag
cast.
holding.
It's just.
All right. Well,
Maybe we just try flip one over and see what happens.
yeah, sure. Which
Worked
one?
for
Left
me
or right?
before.
The internal question, left or right?
Are both sands exactly the same color?
Yeah, both hourglasses look exactly the same. There's nothing differentiating them, as far as you can see.
Definitely no convenient writing around the base of any of them.
No runes or anything, actually, weirdly enough.
Yeah, right. Very, very sparse then.
Is there any, like, there's no markings, there's no pictographs or anything around?
No pictographs, no markings, nothing. Just these massive hourglasses made of glass and what looks to be probably, Lockie, to your eyes, maybe electrum for the metal bases that are holding them.
Oh, shit.
Oh, wow.
No one uses electrum anymore. Fuck. Okay.
So old.
Shall we flip? I want to say let's flip the right one.
All right.
So, from my perspective, is that the top one or the bottom one? The north or the south one?
Right from the doorway, so I'd say the north one.
North.
Yep.
Okay, north. Perfect. Who's going over and playing with the chains?
I think time might affect me less if it suddenly passes very quickly, if something goes terribly wrong.
Oh yeah.
So should the rest of us stand back in the doorway?
Yeah, I'm gonna stand back. This doesn't seem like something we should be meddling with.
I
But
think
if
we
we
do
can
it, we're
bring
gonna...
Iskander back, he could be useful.
Yes, and also I cannot move right now. I've already set up shop here, so just work around me. Sorry.
It's all right.
Lockie.
Okay. So, take me through it. What's happening?
Okay, well, so you say there's a chain there that runs from the top to the bottom, right?
Yes, and a series of pulleys help translate that chain movement into smooth rotation of the hourglass.
Okay. Well, what I might do is, I guess I'll move the hourglass around 1/12 to the left.
So as you move it 1/12, the hourglass moves and shifts and then settles in the chains. No sand pours up, it stays at 1/12 movement on an angle.
All right. First experiment was null. Moving on. I'm going to move it so that it gets down to level.
Do you want to use the hands of a clock? So you'd be going for 4, I think is what you're telling me. If I've got your logic right.
I'm going the other way, so we're going for 8.
3 is going to be...
8.
Yeah, I'm going for 8.
Okay, because if it's
So I wanna go
90
back
degrees
there.
is 12. 90 degrees is
Yeah.
12. And then you rotate it to 3, it'll be perfectly horizontal.
Mm-hmm.
And then if you rotate it to 4, it'll just be a tiny trickle of sand
It
heading
is
through.
I was having to go back. the other way, but that might
It's already
make
the other way. It's already empty
to
in one direction.
reverse. It might make it 8 instead of. Yeah, let's stick with 4. Let's stick with 4.
Cool. Because I think I get the logic of what you're trying to do.
Yeah.
Lockie. As you begin pulling on the chain, the hourglass falls into position. Lockie, could you please roll me a d20?
Here we go.
Oh shit.
12. Okay. Everyone in the room but Lockie, you watch as they begin very slowly moving backwards in time.
Oh, cool.
From your perspective, guys, Lockie suddenly begins moving backwards in time.
What?
Because if you're moving
Yeah,
backwards, the
relatively
other person appears to be moving backwards. So because you're now desynced, so you watch as they and they begin talking backwards from your perspective, Lockie, as you watch them enact this.
Fuck.
Nice
That's so
backwards
cool.
Thank you. I do a good backwards speak.
Yeah.
This could pretty good.
Approximately how far back does that seem to have taken them?
At the moment, they're just running backwards at 1-to-1
shit.
pace. So
1
you
to 1
watch,
pace.
Yervith, you watch as they come in, they check on Iskander, and then they walk backwards out of the room. And all of them walk backwards out of the room and disappear down the corridor.
Oh,
Oh,
And what's our perspective of that?
From your perspective, Lockie vanishes at this point because continuity has now been broken. As soon as you leave the room, Lockie vanishes. So from your perspective, Lockie suddenly was moving backwards and disappears. And then when you step back in the room, he reappears again. But that hasn't happened yet because... So this is going to get really, really mind-fucking
This is
in a
going to
minute.
get... Yeah, this is going
Yeah.
I've watched so much Doctor Who, I'm ready.
As soon as you guys leave the room, your time now restarts. And so from your perspective, Lockie disappears.
Yeah.
This is going to break your fucking brains.
Yeah, it is.
Oh,
Okay,
buckle up, boys and girls.
Yeah.
It's about
I'm
to
just
get
concentrating
complicated.
on a ritual.
Yeah. Well, no, you're not, because you're not, though.
No, we're in the corridor now.
Yeah.
Lockie, you watch as the blood pooling under Iskander begins to slowly start to move back up into his body.
Okay.
Do we have our memories from just before?
Wait.
Or,
We're
We're gonna get to that. We have to do with Lockie first. For continuity, I have to do Lockie first because you've now left the room. Things are different for you.
Yeah.
Okay, so...
Because Lockie's in a divergent timeline, and he'll be back in a second in ours, but he's gone. We're going back with him. This is exactly how time travel works, Owen. Yes.
If I'm gonna do time travel, I'm gonna do it fucking properly.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay, so time is moving backwards at a constant pace at this point.
Yes.
Yeah,
Perfect. That's now been the equivalent of half an hour. Lockie, can you please roll me a d20?
Oh, no.
Oh shit.
6. The hourglass. A crack begins moving up through the center of the hourglass. Small bits of sand begin to pool through at your feet. Lockie, I need you to make me a Constitution saving throw, please.
Oh fuck!
Fuck.
Oh fuck!
That's the opposite of a good time.
15. Lockie, you pass.
I like that. I get it.
Something seems wrong. As you focus, you feel like you're experiencing this like pull away from this hourglass. Something feels very, very wrong. What you're doing, this is bad. You are breaking something inherent, something fundamental to the functioning of the universe, and you are fucking with it.
Yes, he is!
Oh no!
Okay.
Lockie, time continues to move backwards for another half an hour. I will let you know when it's been half an hour. Iskander's blood begins to liquefy once again. You watch as the congealing blood, this dark blood, begins to turn red and turn back into a liquid before slowly beginning to flow back towards his body into some of the wounds. Some of the scabs that have solidified begin liquefying once again.
Okay.
Lockie, how long do you continue this or do you stop?
I want to get to the point where he is almost dead, but not quite. So say he's unconscious, like mechanically unconscious in 2 death saving throws.
So you're going to be here for 2 hours. Fantastic.
Okay, wait. Oh.
I'm all about this. No. After another half an hour, Lockie, could I get you to roll me another d20, please?
Can you give yourself Flash of Genius or something?
Not on these, not on the d20 rolls, but you can on your con saves, I suspect. Oh, 3! Lockie, this is gonna be bad. Lockie, can you roll me a Constitution saving throw, please, my boy?
Oh no!
Not a natural 1. 3! No, okay, it's not. I thought it was another 3. 15.
No,
15, Lockie. The DC gets harder each time. Previously, that was a pass. It is no longer a pass. This is a fail.
Oh shit!
The hourglass shatters. Sand spills out at your feet, pouring across you. You find yourself thrown back away from the hourglass as it shatters, thrown against the wall. Lockie, can you please roll me a D100? I need to know how badly this is.
Well bad.
33. Lockie, time on your body, irrespective of your perception, begins to reverse. You watch as cuts and scrapes begin to heal over some of the damage that's done to you.
That's fine.
You youthen by 33 years. Not so much of a bad thing for you. You picked the right person to be on this.
Would it have been bad for me?
That's what I was saying. That's why when you guys were like, oh yeah, we'll have fun with this, I was like, Okay.
Mindless
As
robots
the
do
hourglass shatters, Lockie, you also take
that.
14
damn.
points of damage.
Oh,
Um,
Are you down?
no, he's had a short rest. They've had a short rest.
Oh, he's in a
He's
short
had a
rest.
short
Sorry, I forgot.
yeah,
I
that
forgot.
thing. That
And as the hourglass shatters and the sand spills across you, there's a moment where suddenly the world pauses, and then time reasserts itself. The hourglass back up in and seals itself shut, resealing itself, because if it's damaged during the backwards flow of time, the new timeline reasserts when time is restored, and it heals itself. It is sealed once more. I know, I told you, this is going to get pretty mind-breaky.
Yeah.
Time accelerates back to the point where it was, Lockie. You feel yourself thrown against the wall as air that is moving through this room interacts with you at a much faster pace than it normally would. The rest of the party burst into the room, rush over to Iskander, and then as it gets to the point where you are meant to grab the chain of the hourglass and reassert the timeline, you feel yourself jerked towards it and thrown bodily against the hourglass as you collide with it. Time reasserts. From you guys' perspective, as you left the room, you are no longer going backwards in time. Your perspective, you've just arrived at the room ready to go in. Lockie's gone. Lockie's been gone for half an hour. You haven't seen Lockie since he just suddenly vanished. You've been anxious looking for him. As you step into the room, suddenly with a loud crash, Lockie is up against the hourglass, holding the chain. And you remember him going over to pull on the chain as the last memory that you have before he pulled on the chain.
Whoa. Ah. Okay,
I told you. Time travel gets really, really, really fun.
That wasn't Michael. I get it. That was Lockie.
I get it.
Lockie, what happened? Are you alright?
I was temporarily embarrassed.
He?
It's
You look
okay.
different.
Yeah, you look a bit
Less rusty.
newer. Shiny.
Please sing Shiny. So shiny.
Does he still have the upgrades that he got previously? Like that thing that the guy gave him
Ooh.
when we were in the watery place?
Did I go back in time or did I de-age? That's the
Okay.
question.
Yeah.
Well, but
Oh.
yeah. Yeah.
Ooh,
Cute.
this is interesting.
Lockie, can you please roll me a D100? I don't want this to be my responsibility. This is unlucky.
Uh-huh.
59. Lockie, that sudden realization as you look down at your chest, you see the cortex is still there. This addition. It's flashing with this red pulsing light. Something is very wrong with it.
Oh, that's not good.
I vividly remember last time he had something flashing red, and I kind of back away.
Yeah.
No, that was his eyes turning red. This is different.
Yeah, I know. I know,
Okay,
but I'm
okay.
still like,
Anything red is like,
Yeah.
kind of like. Ooh.
Lockie, an error message appears inside your mind.
Error.
Yeah.
oh no.
Temporal displacement detected. Rectifying.
Rectifying.
Oh dear. Okay. I'm going to make sure he places the chain back exactly where it was. If it was like dangling somewhere, he's going to move it. He's going to place all the things exactly where they were. He's going to go back and he's going to close the door the way it was closed before. And he's going to sort of maybe shuttle his friends over to a little spot and just be like, don't move. And then he's going to go back and stand next to the chain. He's not going to touch it again. But he's going to go stand next to the chain. And let me see. He's going to... I'm just making preparations. There's nothing to worry about.
He's counting down. I've got a timer in my mind.
I know.
I was gonna say, you look like you're counting.
And now, Lockie, as you do this, temporal displacement detected. Rectifying in 3, 2. You watch as Lockie begins shimmering. Ghostly after images appear after him, moving back in time back to where he pulled on the chain. As it does so, the core in his center detaches, lifting up into the air and spinning rapidly in place, sending out these blasts of light that shine across the room. Lockie, you watch as all of you is slowly pulled apart, piece by piece, component by component, as Lockie is taken apart in front of you and reassembled around the spinning core, which then drops him down onto the ground. Lockie, this is not painful. You don't feel any of this. But there's a brief moment. The core is now fully integrated with you. It is and always has been a part of you. Forever. You and this thing are now fully bonded. It is you.
Whoa.
Hell yeah.
Wow.
Lockie, you now can access... You now can access the last 200 years of your data.
Oh, amazing.
Fuck.
Shit. Let's go. What?
You remember everything
Oh, wow.
leading
I
up
left
to...
the oven on.
Yep. You remember all 200 years of solitude alone on the Sky Castle, maintaining it meticulously. You remember slowly powering down, failing, as Lyra, your friend, is gone, trapped inside the gemstone. Your attempts to bring her back to save her, ending in failure, in misery. You remember the clockwork dragon, the center of the airship, your one companion that you could speak to. Not airship, Sky Castle, this giant castle. More importantly, you remember a name carved deep within you. Someone who was once very important to you. And who in your mind, you know was your creator.
Whoa.
Oh, shit.
You remember the name Sarissa. Serissa.
Wow.
Sarissa.
A storm giant. Daughter of
The
King
one-
Hecaton. The
the one from
ruler
the
of the storm
memories.
giants.
Yes.
Oh, shit. Wow.
Sarissa. Huh.
Who's Sarissa? Lockie, it's
Lockie.
us.
What's
Lockie?
going on, Lockie?
Hi. It's fine. I'm okay.
That was you disassembled and reassembled in front of us. Are you sure you're okay?
I mean, I've
Oh, sorry, one more thing to mention. There is no rust on Lockie's body. He is as if he was freshly manufactured. Sorry, I should have mentioned that.
Oh,
shut up.
I might need to update your character on it.
Deck. Scrub the deck, my
Thank
deck.
you.
So
I will sparkle
So-
like a wealthy woman's.
neck. Just a sec.
Lockie, you look different. You look fresher, cleaner.
Yeah, I guess I just had to get the rust off.
It's a bit more than that.
No, I know. I'm sorry. I was being glib. No, no. See, okay. I said I was temporarily embarrassed. That's mostly true, but it also looks like I've gone through a bit of a shift. I've got some memories back.
Oh, so maybe you can tell us now what that whole attack thing was back there, then.
It was a subroutine created by Sarissa for her protection.
Yeah, that is absolutely correct. It's designed to, in moments of extreme conflict, prevent your destruction and her death.
Who's Sarissa?
She was my creator. She put me together. She wound me up.
Remember your creation?
Oh,
I do. She was lovely. She was a princess.
oh. Was she a giant as well?
Yes. Yes, she was a giantess. She was the daughter of the king of the giants.
Yeah, youngest
Look at
daughter.
His youngest.
That's
She was very curious.
that's kind of groundbreaking, remarkable even.
Yeah.
Huh.
Huh.
How do you feel about all this?
Well, I think the word would be overwhelmed.
Yeah.
Understatement.
There's a lot.
I mean, I can't imagine what it would be like to have 200 years worth of memories just flash back into your brain like that.
Does this
You
change?
know, Nathaniel, you're right. Oh, sorry. You reminded me of someone for a moment.
Wait, what?
Very, very good, Lucky. Very good.
Did you say Nathaniel?
Nathaniel. Yeah, it just you looked like somebody from my memory. Sorry, it's all coming together. I'm still pulling it apart.
Nathaniel. Okay. Who is that? What was he?
He was a traveler that would come through. He would trade and he would bring interesting news and items from other places. He was an elf very long ago.
Huh.
Does this change anything, Lockie? With us?
Oh no, not at all. But it does mean I have a bit new perspective on things, I suppose.
So before, when we were back in the chamber, we were looking through those documents. There was the mention of what happened. Do you remember that now?
That's still very long ago. That part still seems partly locked away, Lockie.
Yeah.
The memory of actually the events leading up to the giants vanishing, you still only have that one memory of the sound, high-pitched sound, and the light, and then the feeling of that hand upon your chest.
No, that's too far back. This last couple of 100 years I've got, it's still a lot. And Shana, I'm very sorry I wasn't able to get Lyra out sooner.
Okay. It's all in the past.
The past is very present for me right now.
So, I looked down at Iskander.
The blue dragon is still clutched in his hand. Yeah. No one's taken it yet.
I guess that didn't work.
No, it didn't. I got close. Oh, I got close. That's... Unfortunately, I would have to break the universe to get back there.
Let's not do that. Not yet.
Yeah.
No, I don't think that's a terribly great idea.
I guess there are some things that we can't change. Even this magic is not... Yes, it's not bound by... Well, it is bound, sorry, by the forces of life.
I think that's called physics. I don't know. No. I don't understand.
What is this physics?
I've heard them talk about it.
Like the star thing.
Yeah, it is. I think this is all related to the star thing.
It's spelled Fizzx.
Physics.
Rather complicated.
Physics Treasury of Dragons. Sorry.
This is something for the wizards. Wizards.
Yeah, we need a wizard.
Speaking of wizards, is our wizard still mumbling over his corpse?
Oh yeah, the original.
Yes, Shivers is still. I'm assuming that with Raph having some little internet troubles, that Shivers is still trying to reanimate his corpse.
I'm so tired.
The time effect has not worn off for Shivers. Something about the 9 lives and being a cat, it's not fully worn off. But yeah, I'll assume that you are still working on the reanimate dead, not animate dead. Sorry, the animate dead. Yeah, animate dead. Shivers. I'll let you know when that's done.
If Yervith is now going to take another look, puzzled at the hourglass.
Yeah.
If these hourglasses are so, I guess, threatening to existence, why are they here, and who built them?
Well, they're largely self-correcting.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
If that one sent you to the past, could that one go to the future?
Presumably. I mean, it's possible, I suppose. They could both do the same thing, or they could interact with each other. Maybe you would need to pull both of them at the same time. Or maybe that would create a complete time vortex that would suck everything in.
Let my face betray nothing.
He's a robot, so...
I'm just going to still face you for the next 10 minutes.
I mean, something this powerful would solve a lot of our problems, but
This
is too much.
There's some things that you break you can't fix, my friend. I was silly to try, and I was also very lucky.
Yeah, out of all the things that could have happened, you did not get a bad result. And the fact it was you, Lockie, and not one of the others. Oh boy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because like
Yeah.
33 years, Mira would be an egg.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I still really want to know what would have happened to Shana. Like, would she have disappeared entirely?
I had pre-written down what was going to happen to Shana, and if you had done it, I was just going to paste it in chat and not just like, and then read it out word for word and be like, this is what happens.
Oh, no,
Oh,
no.
man.
Now I want to know.
Like, did you have
No.
scenarios to everyone?
No, not for everyone. Just the people who I needed to have pre-planned.
Right.
So just Shana.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Well, and Jin would have, like, because Jin is pretty young in the scheme of things as well. So he
Yeah,
would have-
Jin's in his 30s, and that's why
Yeah, so
I
the
wasn't
same
going to
thing.
have Jin touch anything. So it can't be on me. I was like, nah,
Yeah.
I'm in control of Jin. Jin's not touching shit.
That's totally fine.
Mm.
Perhaps then we had the mask.
It's
Yeah, I
sitting
don't
right
think
there
it's-
in
I
Iskander's
don't
hand.
think Iskander's gonna need it.
No.
Do we take it? What do we do with it?
Maybe you should wait until Shivers is finished with his ritual first.
Okay. You guys want to wait for Shivers to reanimate Iskander and then you'll take the mask? Cool. In that case, Shivers finishes his... It's only another like 2-3 minutes. I've been keeping track of time as you guys have been talking. Only another 2-3 minutes and Shivers reanimates Iskander. You watch as the corpse stands up and then assumes this very like sort of solid expression as it sort of just looks emotionless. Shivers having cut it open, removed some of the vital organs, stitched it back up again, like mummified the body partially. It still is clutching. Actually, no. As it stands up and its muscles unclench, the mask clatters onto the floor.
Huh. There you go.
Yervith is gonna... He's gonna pick it up, but he's not gonna pick it up with his bare hands. He's gonna like...
I can use Mage Hand maybe if we manipulate you it.
Yeah. Yervith just looks at Shana and goes, that's probably for the best. I was just gonna grab a cloth.
I think, Mira, I'm not sure if you should even come near this thing at this point. Do you have any idea what would happen to a Dragonborn with the mask?
I don't know. I don't think it'll affect me the same way, but I don't know. I don't really want to know.
Have any of you interacted with the mask before?
We've only
White mask?
seen it. No. We've only seen someone using it to control the dragons. You could try it on me. I mean...
No.
No, I don't think that.
Bad idea.
You're already... Yes, no, that would not be wise, I don't think.
Mira.
Yes.
Oh, fuck.
See the blue mask sitting on the floor. It's beautiful. It's carved from this single dragon's scale. Immaculate. And as you look into the empty eye sockets, feel this pull towards it.
You know what? You know what might be safest is maybe if I actually hold it. Maybe.
No.
No, I don't. You're too close to this, Mira. I don't think it would be wise.
I don't see why not. I thought that was the idea.
Well,
I mean-
at least I am the closest one to know what it might do. I can get a sense from it. I could already get a sense from it that it's powerful. So if I have a look at it, maybe I'll know more about it.
Or you'll end up like what happened to that poor chap that's in our brig. Well, not anymore, I guess, but...
Well, I mean...
Jin, hang on. Jin's not letting that go. Jin says...
Yeah.
Hang on a minute, Shana. Wasn't it Lyra who poured water through into the pool while he was looking at it, and that drove him insane? He'd had the mask for
To be
years with no
fair-
problems.
To be fair, she did not know that he was in the pool at the time, and he was in the pool searching for the mask, therefore tangentially related.
Because he'd lost the mask, though. So the mask didn't drive him insane. He'd lost it.
What if he was insane from the mask, and then that's why he lost it?
Well, we know that he wasn't, because Diderus told us that whoever poured the water in the pool drove him insane.
I still think it's a bad idea, alright?
I personally have no problems having the mask or keeping it safe, says Jin.
I will need to look at it.
Shana hands it off to Jin.
Jin. You trust Jin more than Mira. Jin takes the mask. No. As he takes the mask and looks at it. As he takes the mask and looks at it, Shana, you watch as his shadow 2 eyes open.
Oh, get fucked!
What do you mean, get fucked? You handed it to Jin.
I didn't think of that!
Jin looks at the mask and goes, "Yes, I think
see the shadow?
Yeah."
I'm fucking taking it off Jin then.
Snatch it off Jin. Hey, I was looking at that. Come on now. As you snatch it off him.
Okay, before anyone accuses me, that was not my intention.
What? Don't you trust me, guys? Shana's the one who wants to do lots of good with Varys. I'm still undecided.
Jin, it's not that I don't trust you. Of course I trust you. We've been together for a while, but I think we all saw the same thing, and
we did indeed.
Who do we trust the most here?
Shivers? You've handled this mask. You've handled this mask more than anyone else has, so therefore you have the most experience. I believe that it should go to you for now.
Agreed.
So we can understand it a bit more.
Actually, yes, and then you can show me it, maybe. How it works, you know?
Oh, Raph, I can't hear you, buddy.
Can Shana sort of try and get a little bit of a bead on Mira? Because...
Am I back?
You're back.
Yeah, you are, yes.
Okay. Oh,
she's sort of
Do
done
you
a
want
bit
to roll
of
an insight
180
check?
here.
Shana, do you want to roll an insight check?
Yeah.
I would love to.
To Mira's behavior.
And while that happens, during our studies of the mask, did anyone actually put it on when we were studying it?
No one's put it on.
Fuck.
Only 2 people have touched it. Jin and Yervith. Shana used mage.
No, sorry, I mean when me and my master.
Oh no,
were studying it.
you guys never wore it. Your master was too afraid it might be cursed. He was very careful. And there's a way to sort of approach these items. He would spend a lot of time examining it. You've touched it a number of times. You've held it for him, but you've never put it on. It just feels like a dragon scale. It's cold and hard and sharp in some of the points. Shana, that's a 5 for your insight on Mira. Jin is going to use... Oh, can he use any of his bardic inspirations? Does he get them back on a short rest?
He does.
Oh, man.
He does. Jin will bardic inspiration. Jin will bardic inspiration one of your insights.
But how would he know that, though, to do that?
I'm being nice.
What am I...
1d8. I can roll it if you like. I'll roll it for Jin, because I can just roll it straight from here. 6. Total of 11. Shana, you get the sense from Mira that she's genuinely curious about this thing, that she wants to examine it because of her connection to draconic magic. Not much more than that. You don't get the sense she's being controlled, she's not being brainwashed by this thing. Is that fair, Mira? You just...
Yeah, I guess with that, I mean...
She is interested.
She's a pretty open book, so...
Mira is interested. I'm not going to lie. She's interested.
Yeah, definitely.
But it doesn't feel supernatural. It's not like the One Ring. She's not like staring it down hungrily, like spittle gathering at the corners of her mouth as she licks her dry lips and stares at it. You just get... Fuck me. Can I just say, as a child, that scared the shit out of me. You don't get the sense this is a Bilbo Baggins after the ring. But she is interested in it, definitely. But also so's Jin. I'm gonna give you that for free.
Can I insight check Jin?
Yeah, of course you can. Of course you can.
Yeah.
Being outside of your group, perhaps if I just hold on to it as an impartial member of the party,
Yes.
at least until we get out of the tower?
I think that might be for the best. Mira, you'll get your chance until we once we know it's safe.
I think once we're on the airship, in a controlled environment where we can make sure that nothing wrong's gonna happen, or if anything wrong does happen, we can minimize the damages.
Where we're not
But
surrounded
in
by
this tower,
police.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
And make sure we don't drop it off the side of the astral plane.
Yes, I will put it in my satchel.
feed the masks to bring back Tiamat. I mean, if one of the masks just went missing, say in an astral plane somewhere, would that just stop the ritual from happening altogether, or would that instantly teleport it to where it needs to be for them to resurrect Tiamat?
I mean, they have a room with an astral plane in it, or some sort of extra plane, in it, or whatever that star corridor thing is. I think it might work for a short term, but they've also got a lot of resources.
It wouldn't solve our problem. It would just mask it for a while.
Good
Shana,
thought, though.
you hear a voice coming from your shadow.
Oh fuck.
Oh dear, Shana, you've run out of wizards, haven't you? Only Shana
Yes.
does this.
Oh no.
Oh no.
And she okay, so she's replying in an internal monologue, like she's not
Yeah.
speaking out loud, but it's
Yeah.
just sort of like the reply is just so it would appear. Well, he's
Well.
not dead, at least.
Well, he is dead, just because he's been reanimated.
The other one, the other
Which
wizard,
other one? Oh, the Tabaxi.
the one that's a dragon warden.
Oh, you're going after Jorgen. Unfortunately, he's not a wizard, and not who we need to place the stone on. I need one of the ones who is researching the mask. Depths might do.
Fuck off. Fuck off.
Betraying the party, all my friends.
Shit.
Well, you can try the corpse then if you must. They're not going to notice if the corpse suddenly drops down dead, are they? It's already a corpse. No harm done.
Oh, God damn it. Well, there's a very alive wizard right there.
Very innocent.
Very innocent.
You
like
made a
always
bargain.
the character.
Shana. You and I made
Oh,
a deal.
no.
I don't want to see you breaking your promises.
I don't like this.
Not again.
No.
Go on.
She sort of like feels in like her component pouch, and like sort of the weight of the stone is still there.
Yep, Moonstone's still there.
And she's going to calmly walk up to Shivers and be like, Shivers, I have this stone. I need to try and obtain the memories of a wizard from this tower. Can I? And she asks him permission and points to the zombie.
Yes. We can see what happens.
Hang on. Shana, where'd you get that stone? What's this all about?
I was literally talking about this stone. Was it 2 sessions ago?
You did
Yeah.
mention it, yeah.
I didn't. Because she did initially ask for permission
Oh, you
when
did
the
too.
guy was being held. She's like, "I've got this stone. I
Yeah.
need to try and get some memories."
Right. Yeah. Okay, sorry. No, Yervith would know that. So you'd be like, okay.
Yeah.
I don't know if you'll get many memories out of him, though. He's not really himself anymore. He is just an empty husk. Ready for friendship.
This sailor is all ready to board the friendship.
But Shana, I am a wizard. Can I help you?
Oh.
Not in the way that this stone is designed to work, unfortunately.
Jin speaks up. Well, why not, Shana? That's too Varys. Jin speaks up. And why not, Shana? He's offering to help.
Because
Yes, I love to help.
He loves to help, Shana.
As what's his name pointed out, I've completely forgotten the other Dragonborn's name. This is likely a brain drain stone, and well, I mean, the zombie doesn't really need a brain, but I think we're all quite attached to yours.
Yes. What do you mean? It as in it would remove all my thoughts?
I honestly have no idea whatsoever, but I don't think it's a good thing, and I'm not going to do it to, you know.
No, I don't. Why do you need that?
I think one of these wizards in this tower, I think they know more about what's happening with Hadar and the stars that are going out, and we need more information, and I've been told that this could possibly get more information, and so get more information I shall.
Oh. Well, I will do whatever I can outside of giving you all of my brains to be of assistance.
Yes, if you could just ask them to stand still for a second, and I guess she takes the stone out, slides up to him, and just sort of boops it on the forehead. And then...
And that is where we're wrapping up for tonight.
Oh. What a session!
Oh my god!
I felt so disconnected through the middle there. You know, that time stuff, I tell you what.
30 for 6, man.
Oh, mate. That was as soon as I saw the whole time thing, all I could think of was the don't mess with time. I will mess with time. I will mess with time. from Rick and Morty. And they beat up Einstein.
I just had more questions, honestly. Like,
Perfect.
What's with this?
Oh man,
Yeah,
I had a lot of fun mucking around with the time room because none of this time stuff is in the original Tyranny of Dragons. It's just the hourglasses are there and they do nothing. And I was like, well, that's shit.
No, fuck that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to go watch this again on YouTube so I get what I missed out on.
Yeah.
It's the time stuff. Yeah, I might have to rewatch it again too, even though I said it. Part of me's like, that makes sense, right? Oh man, human brain wasn't meant to function with relativity being like bi-directional essentially.
There's so many different like theories on time as well. Like
yeah,
the whole
Oh man, thank you so much for joining us, everybody. I hope you've enjoyed this session. I had a lot of fun with this session, both planning and running it. So thank you very much. Remember, we've got our Avatar Legends campaign tomorrow night, and more importantly, we've got our Curse of Strahd campaign starting next Monday. So get yourselves ready. Be there or be drained of all of your blood by a vampire. So we will see you all.
I don't think that's the saying.
It is, yeah. It's the same.
Oh,
I checked.
are you sure?
Yeah, I checked. I'll look it up again. Yeah, I've looked it up. It's still the same.
Oh, yeah. Well,
So
nice.
thank you so much, everybody. Once I've played the outro video, I will go and raid another channel because that's what I want to do. And I think it's really good if we can go help out some other streamers. Are there any other streamers looking out there any other D&D streams we can come and raid? Let me have a quick look and we'll see who we want to raid. Particularly Australian ones I want to help out. Ready, Set, Roll, Oz. Let's go raid Ready, Set, Roll, Oz. All right, I will tee that up in a second. For the moment, everybody, thank you so much for joining us. We will see you all again next time. Until then, stay safe, stay well. See you guys soon. Bye, everybody. Farewell.
Bye, guys.
Bye.